Last time on this episode of D&D, you guys went to bed, and then you woke up, and you walked for 8 hours,
We did
and then
so
you went to bed.
Amazing. Success.
Woke up again, and you walked for about half a day, before you accidentally ran into 2 abominable snow yetis. You managed to take them out without issue.
I wouldn't say without issue. That's
without issue.
Yeah, right? Yeah, well, yes.
I'm
It's
gonna
totally
just
fine. You're all currently alive.
Orcs ain't in that bad shape.
And we pick up
After
right
lots of
after
healing.
the last Yeti fell.
Yep.
So we're just at the end of combat. What would you guys like to do?
Orcs immediately runs over to the Yeti with the head still and starts chopping.
That was a workout.
I almost died.
Did you see that? I had to cast 2 fireballs. You did a very good job.
Thank you.
I think you nearly incinerated that one.
Did you see that? I had to bring 2 of our party back from unconsciousness.
You also did an excellent job.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Really, we're getting much better at this whole
saved
fighting
you.
as a team.
I got you. I will literally let all of them die before you, don't worry.
Yay!
Times were a little thick. Just this like mild-mannered conversations taking place, and all boy, you just in the background, and just like. So, it reminds me of Tropic Thunder for some reason.
Well, while he does that,
This never rolls well.
I'm not sure if we determined how big a Yeti, abominable Yeti head is.
It's fucking big.
they are quite big.
So like,
I thought we talked about this last session, but I don't know if we...
so it's
I don't know
huge
what-
size. So picture something of an approximate size of like an elephant.
I think it was 20 pounds for
No.
an elephant skull.
I doubt
It was
that.
one of those things I couldn't find a straight answer for it.
I got plenty of room, so bring it on. Unless it's 330 pounds, you can bet.
Not that much.
Elephant skull weighs around 52 kilograms, which is...
Oh god,
Actually, no, wait, that's not right.
52 kilograms?
that's like a couple hundred
That
pounds.
doesn't seem right.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's like 100 pounds.
2.2. No. Yes, times it by 2.2.
2.2.
I had to learn
Fucking
to convert.
nerd.
I had to learn to convert from kilograms to pounds, and then from millimeters to inches. Those are the only 2 conversion rates I know off the top of my head.
In and out of freedom
Size thing
units.
says in here
To the
is
negative
that
10.
it's 3 times larger than a, 3 times taller than a human. So I get a height.
This one says 180 kilograms.
Yeah, I think I saw that one. It's like, that's
That's
I
big.
think fully fleshed, like with brain and muscle and everything.
But then this one says a modern elephant head, including organs, can exceed 400 kilograms.
Gee,
Damn.
tell us how big a fucking elephant is.
Yeah.
It's like 800 pounds.
For the
Decide.
head alone for
You
an
just-
animal
you
that
just did-
that much more.
Well, so here's another way to look at it. Typically,
How much do you weigh?
me,
You're
I'm
personally.
inclined to believe
No.
elephants
Me personally? This got really specific.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I think he's like 30, somewhere around like 35 pounds.
Okay. So how? It's like two hymns is like a skull, like proportionally speaking.
That feels maybe right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say 100 pounds.
It's probably about right.
keep it nice and round.
Yeah. Space-wise, we might have an issue, but
Yeah, I'm out of space pretty much. In my mental picture of myself, I don't really have a little.
See, you basically have to lug this along with your bare hands.
That's all right. It's religious, right?
You're basically
Okay.
carrying a really heavy like mascot for like a sports team around.
That's
like
You're looking at the wrong way. This is like the true cross, and I'm a crusader in the desert in the Crusades. Dragging that.
Beast monstrosity.
make a nature check.
Oh, my nature. 16. It just keeps going.
You've read about Yetis and the various types of Yetis that there are.
The various flavors of Yeti.
You know that they are all considered monstrosities.
I'll have to take one for a snack, but
Does eating non-humanoids not sustain you like the rest?
no. I like the traits I've gotten from the people I've eaten.
You don't like the traits you could get from a Yeti?
Don't know what traits I could get from a Yeti.
Well,
Well, then let's experiment.
Let's
Works
look
like throws a chunk
let's
of.
look at the You could either A, be probably as big as him. See how that goes.
While Vorks is chopping, he just does one of these, so he's like flexing.
Grow fur, in which case, yay, warm. Shoot
That's fair.
ice breath from your mouth.
I did that once.
Petrify people with your eyes. Grow dope horns like me. There's no downside to this equation.
I think
That's
you're
not
making.
really how this works.
Yes, I think you're making an awful lot of assumptions.
I am, since we don't know how it works. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Speaking of that fur, though, before Vorks ruins it, it would look lovely with my hair. Can I commission you for a Yeti fur cloak?
Vorks just starts immediately
guess-
carving skin too.
Soren's leather shop is open for commissions.
How much would that run me?
There's two Yetis here. We could do a lot.
You could do it for everyone. There's enough here.
Do a lot.
Who's carrying the fur?
We'll figure that out.
How heavy is it? Because I got room still.
Well, first, some fur probably weighs a lot.
We need
Yeah.
to get it off the Yeti,
It
which
does.
someone who's good with that should do that.
If skinning falls under the leathercraft,
I would
Umbrella,
assume that it falls
then I
underneath
would.
survival, because that's typically what you'd use for like hunting.
I
for
feel
food,
like
right,
leathercraft
and hunting and
hits
tracking
it
animals
right on the head.
seems to track that.
Right.
Knowing how to hunt, track, and kill animals would also go with knowing how to like gut them and prepare the corpses for use.
Probably.
It's my thought, anyways.
Well, I suck at
Yeah.
survival, so
Could
I
do
don't
that.
know.
Survival would work.
Are we just getting as much as we can to work with?
Yeah, get to it. I just like step aside so Soren can get carving.
Make me a strength check for that head you've been chopping away at.
16 plus whatever. That's just strength, so just that number.
Oh, 19.
12. 12 to skin a Yeti.
Okay.
Make sure you skin the other one too.
Yeah, since we're taking the time, can I try the other one?
Sure. With a 19, you're able to get through that head.
We've only got 9 days. We're not gonna make that. Let's take the time to skin these Yetis.
Fashion is important.
15.
Hey, listen, we gotta be able to brag about all that stuff. Like the humiliation from Marigold
Jason,
will
what
stick
you
with me
doing?
forever.
What are you?
Oh, skinning.
That's what I'm doing.
He got so angry for this.
Is that the word for it?
Yeah.
So the two of you guys set off to start and
Yeah, playing
attempt
this-
to skin these
Playing the
Yetis.
skin flute, short into just skinning.
Soren,
Ironically, the same motion.
you have a tougher time kind of getting started.
Since I got walloped earlier.
You
a little dizzy.
you keep just like slicing off chunks instead of like a nice even peel.
I'm used to butchering.
Kai, yours is going a little bit better. You've
Yay.
got a rhythm kind of going, but this is gonna take you guys a little while to skin the entire abominable Yetis.
Tell you what, how about we
had
double
a
our
sled,
efforts?
we could just drag these to camp.
True. How about you
Don't
help me
rub
with
it.
this one? I got a good start. We'll double time this one and get one done. And then that way he's butchering the crap out of that one anyway, so.
You just hear a bunch of laughter.
If it would help, I can lend a hand, but
Just chop
you'll
it
have to
up
show me
into,
what to
like,
do. I'm not
chunks.
used to repairing animals in the wilderness.
Just pretend you're cutting yourself.
Yes.
That goes,
No.
across the street, not down the alley.
It's a mindset. It's you want to make the cut, peel, but not actually go too deep. You want just that outer layer. This actually should be right up your alley.
different motions, but I can try.
The tension should be the same.
I'm perturbed.
Don't skin myself when I cut myself.
But you don't want to impale yourself. You're not like. stabbing. I also don't commit honorables. Some days. I saw a guy who did that actually in a play once. It didn't go well for him.
Ribbons go.
I'm not normally one to care about these sorts of things, but don't we have a schedule to be keeping?
What's the worst that could happen?
That's a dumb
Grow.
question.
You don't know the answer.
Plenty of bad things can always happen.
Sure, but what's the worst?
Fuck around and find out.
Domino's.
Domino, you doing okay?
I don't usually take hits.
You took him like a champ.
No, I didn't. I took one and I went down.
Looking
If it makes you feel any better, if I didn't have this ring, I would have gone down too.
Those were some motherfuckers.
Oh, really?
That was intense.
I just like hold up the severed Yeti head, like kick him. It'll make you feel better.
Kick him.
I don't want to get my boots bloody, thank you very much.
He's like covered in it.
I am, I'm like... No, I'm more like frozen.
Yeah, you didn't have a problem hacking off the head, but you definitely hacked off the head.
I'm just pretty much. I went from dark brown, black to just red. You get debuffed because now I'm cold.
It's matting down all your fur.
As they're skinning the Yeti, I'll prestidigitation the blood off the fur to make sure it doesn't stain red.
Okay.
Amber's like, are you guys really still doing this?
Yeah.
If you guys keep at it, make me another survival check to keep going. Either if you're doing the same Yeti at this point, you can either do one at advantage or both.
Okay. Work on the one. Turns out I do have a spare slot. I can take a skinned arm for later.
Survival?
Yeah. Yes.
29.
Oh,
All of a sudden the skin falls off.
Yeah, I got help.
with Thorn there kind of keeping tension, and May like cleaning the blood away so it's not creating like the slick surface. You guys are able to kind of just make quick work of this Yeti fur. And this whole thing maybe takes like an hour, so the rest of you, if you're Domino and Vorshix, want to take a short rest unless there's anything
Yes.
else you want to do.
Domino's just
I would
like
be taking
lay
a short
face up in the snow, like.
We'll just make it snow angels. Just
Did
like,
I finish whatever I needed the
Yes.
I'll take a short rest, but I actually don't think he gets anything.
You can roll hit
anything.
dice if you want. Heal.
It gets me.
Full health.
Yeah.
if you know approximately how much it will take to make me a nice hooded Yeti fur cloak, we can roll that up and I'll carry it. So
I will take a
distribute
short
the burden
rest
amongst
anyways
people.
because I worked hard and I deserve it.
Yeah.
What did
Can
you
you do
say?
something for like sorcery points?
Distribute.
Nope.
Yeah.
I
Just
can
getting
get
all
my
the
bardic
Yetis.
But no,
inspiration
what are the
back,
words you said?
That's clutch.
Distribute
Yeah.
the burden.
which I need because I used 3.
Okay.
That's clutch's part.
I want to do my Song of Rest.
Okay.
So I'll do that instead.
Little bit of.
Yeah, in the fiddle.
I rolled an 8 and then I'll do
So they get a free extra one, basically.
4. So I'm back to full health.
Nice. It's like the fight never happened.
No,
I wouldn't say that.
She's dead inside.
The icicles farm around her heart.
So the hour goes by, or do you get a full Yeti pelt?
Oh, I didn't realize we're taking a short rest.
If you're skinning the Yeti, you can't be taking the rest.
Okay.
It takes about an hour for the two of you to get through the whole Yeti.
Okay, I understand. I was making notes.
Yeah. So, anything else you guys want to do? You're staying here, or?
We keep walking,
Six
sleep
months.
more hours.
With 29 and the full Yeti,
Pointy corners.
how many approximate like people-sized cloaks do
step
you
on
think
this,
of
jeez.
material could we possibly get out of the people that we just don't know how big, like how much we have?
At least a small.
That was the. I saw the what the fuck fine too.
Damn.
Fuck you all.
It's
Get moving, please.
Lego,
I mean,
Lego
I'm trying to
replacement.
picture like. I mean, how much a yard of fabric would you need to make a cloak?
But you could make
And
the
then-
Yeti fur could just be like the top of the cloak, like Jon Snow
Probably get the
style.
3 of us out of it at least. Like,
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
little,
we
you guys are all
definitely
little.
decide
Probably
or depend on what size cloak are you
chewing out
making?
our
A
camera
child,
She's like, fuck this pole.
child-size cloak or adult-size cloak?
A child's a Yeti for clothes
When
for the
nobody's paying
kids.
attention to her, she needs
No,
to create
Domino
rules so that people will
foresters.
pay attention to
Oh, I
her.
thought the orphans are gonna get like Yeti for clothes.
I could do that maybe.
Have you seen the pure whiteness of that fur? It goes wonderfully with my hair.
And my pale complexion.
And his pale complexion.
And my sword.
And my ass.
None of which you two wield, but yes, that's.
And we're walking.
I think we're starting to walk.
Yeah.
Are you?
Let's get moving. We got 3 hours
We've
to
got
use.
the one Yeti skins.
One is enough. We don't need to be here all fucking day.
One's a
That's
We walk.
question. I mean,
I mean,
No.
okay. Yes.
okay.
Barley has
Who's
spoken.
taking point?
Don't look at me.
I wasn't. All my animals are dead. I'm so sad.
Wow.
We'll see him again here tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I used up all my mojo on the fur.
Yeah, apparently.
So, for shits and giggles. Okay. So, it's a 12 on a natural 1. That.
Yeah, alright.
First time I rolled a d20 is a 16 on a die.
Huh?
Tune in next time for Martin's die sweepstakes.
Okay. Well, with your with your natural 1 12,
You're very good, bad job.
you guys, you head off back out of this dead end, and you're following Kai, who seems very confident in his leading. But in these 2 hours that he's leading, you guys managed to come back to the Yeti carcasses
Ah, right where we left
3
it.
times.
God damn it.
Kai, are you feeling okay?
No.
Would you like some
Very,
help?
very rattled by the encounter.
All my animals are dead. I'm exhausted from that, and I point to the Yeti for the 3rd time.
I mean, it's,
And it just keeps reoccurring.
Why are you upset? You can literally just pull more animals out of the fucking bag tomorrow.
I know, but it's just, they had real potential.
have some sensitivity for
And then they disappear at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's like their rest. This is different. Like, this is. They fought very valiantly.
They're creatures you literally pull out of the void. I don't understand
Well, I
why
pull
you
them
have
out of
empathy
bed.
for them.
I have empathy for all creatures. Even you.
Maybe that's where you're going wrong.
I can see forever now.
Get your shit together. We've got places to be.
Yep. Tell you what. You do it. Just head away from the death. You know where the death is. It's right here.
Head
I think
away.
May should do it.
Go away from the death. I will.
Really?
We can do whoever.
Suggest that, Tavern.
would you, I can if you want.
Bull does like that thing when you're younger and you hurt your younger sibling, you just immediately cup your hand over their face and drag them away. Bull
Walking
just,
away.
Bull just like grabs their.
I appreciate your faith in me, Domino, but if the group doesn't want that, I will not insist.
Bull's about to like prison shank Domino.
Still better.
You swiping her is my favorite mental image in the world.
What
you
did
guys
she say? And it's like there's just like
take
a
off
huddle, like
for
a
the last
little
2
mound
hours
of
of your day.
halfling in the background, and me like wiping off. Like,
You-
nothing. She said nothing. She's very tired. She
You're
needs a
at
nap
the
right
point
now.
where you know a turn is coming up. That's what he ended up at the Yetis to begin with. So you're kind of being cautious and checking a lot of the runoffs, which end up to be dead ends, but you don't end up back at the Yetis. So you at least
Victory.
have checked new places instead of places you've already been.
I'm excited.
Progress.
But
Progress.
that does bring you to the end of your walkable time for today.
I pop up Lehman's.
Neat.
tiny hut. Hook.
Your services are appreciated.
Thanks.
Fuck,
It's so much warmer in here.
It's really nice.
Anything you guys want to do for the night?
No,
No.
I don't have anything to cuddle with because these animals are not coming back.
Working on
I
some
almost
cloaks.
died.
I would like to attempt to like be Soren's assistant for the evening with the cloak. Like if he asks me to like go fetch a tool or do anything, however I can help him, I want to try to help him.
Yeah, until bed, I'm just gonna like make a
have a
mini
vested
shrine
interest
with
in
my
this.
Yeti skull and start praying.
Okay. Soren, go ahead and make me a leather working.
I'm not doing anything either. I'll
Did you tell me what stat to go with it?
Should
Isn't there
it should
like
have an
a
associated like
There.
maybe not.
Dexterity.
Dexterity is what makes sense to me.
yeah. And then because you're proficient with the kit, you add your proficiency bonus like normal.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna guide you because I got nothing else better to do.
Natural 20.
Let's fucking go. And there's 3 on that 4. This is gonna be high as fuck.
All the cloaks are done.
Hit a 30. Hit a 30. Hit a 30.
Nah,
Damn.
He goes into like a cartoon montage with his hands all.
29.
Damn! That'd have been a 4 if we'd have hit it.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Alright.
What's the dream work?
So
Teamwork makes the dream work.
with May and Kai assisting you, you're able to kind of I know how pelts work. You're like able to kind of shape it up, clean up the edges, kind of measure out the sizes for May because she's right there helping you. Like you can gauge how much material you'll need and start making the cuts of the shapes that will need to be
This is the
done
best.
together.
This is like a textbook class in improvisation.
and you do the things.
You did the thing, but you're not done with the thing.
You should make good progress on the thing.
Yeah, we'll make good progress for the night. Definitely helps to have some extra hands holding things tight and whatever when you're cutting and measuring and stuff. So,
Thanks, guys.
I'm excited. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's rather cold and chilly up here, and a nice Yeti fur cloak will be fantastic. The fact that it's so stylish is even better.
Works is just like sitting there praying, thinking to himself, "Where the fuck you at now, Marigold? Fuck you."
is there anything specific you're praying about, or just
Just
kinda-
if he wants to give me a message from Ice again, or if it was just, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just like, dude, look what I got for you.
Look what I got for you.
Okay.
I got you something.
So the rest of the evening kind of passes without incident then, and you guys all bed down for the night. Okay. You go to sleep in Lehman's hut. It's nice and cozy.
It's tiny.
It's a little less squished without the animals in here.
Yeah.
I'll ever put the small ones in. The big ones stay open to.
And you guys wake the next morning without incident,
Neat.
starting off the next day.
Good news. I have Fireball again.
Is that really good news?
It's fantastic news.
Not for someone out there in the world.
That's their problem, not mine now, isn't it?
Very true.
Dawn of the 26th day.
Boom, boom.
Now we get to walking.
Who's, well, give you guys a second. Anyone who needs to re-up their spell lists.
Gotta get my key back.
And whenever you guys are ready, whoever wants to take point.
Soren. Smell.
Can I keep an eye out too?
Sure, make me a perception check.
You know what, Vorks is gonna do the same.
13.
Oh! Is that cocked? No, it's laying flat. It's a 20. I crit.
What's your total? Perception. Skills. Right where the die is.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, 21.
21.
You're like
Survival
dumbass.
as well.
No, I'm just
Very
like,
stupid.
it's blocking it.
Right there. The Elder One has blessed me with eagle sight. See smell.
You guys set off in the morning, feeling pretty confident of your direction. You kind of reassess all of the paths that you've checked out the previous day and get a better sense of where you are on the map, so you're able to make decent amount of progress in the first 2 hours by not checking every single cutoff. The first 2 hours pass by. Next to whoever's going to take lead. So let's continue.
12.
Jesus Christ.
Not so good.
Okay.
Natural 2. Just white in every direction.
God, my eyes.
You're feeling confident. Keep walking. You start kind of checking the side paths again, but you don't quite go down them as far. Just sort of like a little ways in, check and be like, I don't think so, and head back. So you keep close, still close to the river at this point. But you guys don't see anything with your perception checks. Nothing the first 2 hours either. You can keep going.
So we haven't left the river yet?
Right.
We should be getting really close to the end of it, though. That's where we need to turn off and go north.
Yeah. That is what's making it a little bit more tricky at this point, because you know you need to cut off, but you're not exactly sure where.
Those suck.
I think he's rolling his animals.
Yeah, he's rolling his bag of tricks.
Those suck.
What'd you roll in the bag?
If we're still doing the duplicates, which wants me to redo it, I got a giant rat and 2 boars.
Did we do duplicates before?
We did once, but I don't know. That was the card doesn't specify, so it's sort of up to you. It just says you pull out up to 3 and you roll just to see what they are. It doesn't say if you get duplicates, if there's only 1 per bag, or
I don't know how it works, but it makes sense in my head that there's only like 1 object per, so I would re-roll the duplicate.
yes.
Alexander.
Okay.
Just kidding.
I was like,
No.
One of the boars evolves into a giant elk.
it's Alexander.
Okay.
As soon as that elk is out, May's back riding the elk again.
Oh, good. My bag's back.
He's my best friend.
You're not the boar. The boar's a medium creature if you ride that guy.
Last time we rode the boar, he got lost before the avalanche.
Tie up. Everyone, I'm tying everybody up. Wait, that's only for blizzards.
Only blizzards. Yeah.
Can I climb on your shoulder? Thanks.
I like flick off some of like the Yeti meat. Like,
Ew.
You slept in that?
oh, dude, I didn't bathe. It's holy, like it's.
I mean,
It's like Ash Wednesday.
He relies on me to clean him up with prestidigitation.
Yeah, when May slaps.
The days I get lazy.
Sitting on top of the board. This wild animal that I'm sitting on top of is literally more clean than he is. He's disgusting.
I don't think you're disgusting. You smell a lot, but it's okay.
I fist bump clean family.
Alright, give me one more. 2, 4, 6.
May, I think you should lead us to the end.
May.
You need to stop.
Again, he just jumps from the board.
17.
I know. We find the sunblight. Sunbathing. Mood.
Too far, man. I was with you.
And I throw a
I
gem.
think I was guiding. Was he guiding you?
I was.
Or-
Whoever was leading, I would have kept me continued to guide since I.
My old
I
college.
feel like you
Yeah.
guys would have said something. I mean, he can cast it again. He could have cast it. So if you wanted to take your guidance,
All right. Then guided.
You can.
19.
Blue screen on again.
okay. So you guys head out for the last 2 hours of this day, with May. Leading.
Triumphantly leading on her elk.
The only one Alexander's here is.
She feels very confident. She's kind of
You two have struggled a little bit over the last couple of
softly.
days. Alright, I think I got this.
I've decided the boar's name is Bosco.
Pull a Bosco stick right now.
You're kind of softly talking with the elk as you're going.
He's like
And-
affirming you, like, you got this.
Yeah. As you're coming up on
Tony Robbins.
just before your 8-hour mark, you point out a cutoff, and you're like, "This is the one we need. I'm very confident this is the one we need." And she takes the group up a little ways down into this cutoff. You guys make it a little ways in before you hit your 8 hours where you need to stop for the day. Nothing else happens. It's all very quiet, but you have wandered away from the river at this point.
You guys, I think we need to come up with a game plan. I don't want to die again.
I don't even
You
know
didn't
what
die
weapon
the first
is.
time.
I felt dead. That's enough for me.
What kind of game plan? We don't even know what we're getting into.
We have to get there first.
What would we do if we were walking into a situation that we didn't know anything about
He blows it up.
with a bunch of
He beats
with
it
a
up.
bunch of dirt?
He punches and kicks it.
We would
She
just
stabs it. You shoot it.
After stabbing herself.
Crowd control.
Forks just starts like drooling. He's like, skulls!
we would probably have you turn invisible, do some recon to gather intelligence, and then when you accidentally pants an enemy, throw all caution to the wind and somehow get out.
Yeah, try not to do that.
Bad.
Then he blows it up. Then he hits it. Then he bites it. Then she stabs it. Crowd control.
We're all gonna die.
But seriously,
What
though,
we do know is that they have a lot of shardland, so all their shit's probably gonna hurt because it's like his axe and your bow, which seem to pack a bit more of a punch. There's some secret weapon that'll probably fuck us that we know nothing about, and their numbers are unknown. But Sunblight's probably not a bitch. His name is Sunblight. That's dope. And so
He has a fancy name.
I'm just
that
saying.
means he's scary.
we also know they're not expecting visitors. He clearly said to his son, "Don't return to me before the weapon is ready."
And I've got both of his kids' heads!
true.
I think that we should go in.
So they're not
stealthy.
they're not expecting visitors. I think it actually is a good idea if you can do some recon. If we get to this place, get some intelligence.
Okay.
Just don't.
How does
be
that help
careful,
us?
Domino.
I don't know, maybe we throw him off balance. If I was trying to be a badass, then saw my dead kids swinging from this monster's.
I get the impression he doesn't give two shits about his kids.
What were the names of the kids? I know Dirk. Who was the other one?
I just put two important door
Girth and
guards.
girth.
Durf and Girth. Durf and Girth.
I didn't say the one,
Durf.
but
And it can that be their names?
one of them.
I feel like that's like an Arnold, like, Running Man pun. Here is Sub-Zero. Now, Plane Zero. It's a line of dialogue.
I've never seen Run Man.
Oh my god.
Where is?
Apparently I need to.
So good. It's like a
Ooh, pomegranate and agave.
A little while back that we actually encountered this.
Yeah, it's been a
These
while.
ones, these
isn't
ones are not
quite
bad, but the
important right
blue
this
white
second.
ones.
Yeah, I was about to say, but I like the plan of finding it and then sending
Concentrate
Domino
real
and
hard.
stealth.
Over truly, over
Oh.
white claw,
And
over.
I look like, as I wrote
Interesting.
down, Dirth's brother.
Girth, brother. So his name is Girth.
Oh my god, you could.
You concentrate right now?
Yes. Kind of go like, I think I can.
As you guys are discussing this, Soren looks like he's about to poop himself. And all of a sudden, you see a familiar looking dwarf where Soren used to be.
What?
Oh my god!
What?
The one from the cabin.
Here we go
No,
again.
the one in the cabin was Dirth.
The cabin, not the cabin of the boat.
The keep is the other
The
one.
one on the boat was Dirth.
But you can become him?
Yeah, he becomes the people he eats, which is why I wasn't sure he was gonna eat the Yeti. Which again, I bring up, Yetis were cool. If you could become a fucking Yeti,
That's one way to get
Saying
inside.
that
You
would
could just literally get us there.
Yeah, the Yeti could just like
yeah, I remember
rope around.
You
Anyway,
didn't get the letter. It never got to you.
so but he doesn't want to see you.
Father.
Nildar.
Nildar and Dirth.
There's been a problem.
I'm just like pointing my shoulder. Nildar. Dirth.
Are you doing anything? Or are you just looking like it?
on the day I might be able to get
just
some insight as to a
looking
proper
up.
course of action if we come up with a couple ideas.
So you can do it a few
But
times
it's
a day.
only like a in the next like short period of time type of answer. If I do it too far ahead of time, it won't work.
Okay.
Well, we haven't found it, so once we find it, we can always camp out of sight and
Are they medium
recon
size?
it.
They're dwarves.
They're dwarves, yeah.
They're Durgar.
Or Durgar.
I wasn't sure if Durgars were large for some reason.
They
They can be. Like they have a
they
spot. They have a,
Oh,
like,
that's-
a once a day where they
Just 'cause
they
of-
jack up. Yeah.
I still have to maintain my rough physical size.
You just can't,
Can't
hope
turn
out.
into a giant Yeti. You can't be a mini Yeti.
The Yeti tyke. The Yeti tyke's horrible.
They are really cute.
I want a Yeti tyke so bad.
Our plan is good. I'm gonna pray until we go
Our
sleep.
plan is what?
Recon when we get there.
Yeah. Can we
And then
find-
form a real plan.
Find the place first, and then do some recon. We have multiple intelligence gathering operations. There's no need to be silly about this.
I agree.
Who's being silly?
Well,
What would be silly would be storming the front door with an army inside.
Works like twitches.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that that was not our game plan.
Not my game plan.
There was nothing wrong with it. It was perfectly fine. It would have worked perfectly.
If you had your army,
my God,
yes,
wait, wait.
you can do a proactive siege. However,
my dumb dog.
His highly trained army of commoners turned cultists.
Some of them might be city militia.
when a commoner turns into a cultist, they gain hit points and weapon damage.
Upgrade.
His cult hasn't advanced that much. It's still basically normal dudes in robes.
Yeah, pretty
They don't
much.
have or brochures yet.
Right.
So you guys go to sleep for the night?
I think so. We need to work more on the cloaks.
Wait, what?
What's up the hut?
I did hear I split up the nut. It's like, that's not right.
Is there more work that needs to be done on the cloaks tonight?
Probably. Yes.
Shall we? Or do you need a day off? I know it's been a rough couple of days.
Yeah, I can work on it. Done.
I'll help Soren work. Do whatever he needs to help keep the progress on the Yeti for cloak going.
Aye. Said aye.
What else are we gonna do for the evening?
13.
So the eye was me guiding me. Sorry.
It's like I don't know what this eye
I apologize. I was trying to be cute.
I have
Never do it again.
Are you just working on Maze Cloak, or are you trying to make multiple cloaks at the same time?
Kind of assembly lining it where it's like same step on each, move on to the next step. So all at the same time.
Maze would be done
I'm
first.
just like, fuck, goddamn.
And who else is getting a cloak?
The May and the two small
I'm
ones.
just the dice roller.
Do you want one?
I guess. Sure. Well, I don't know. I already have cold weather gear and the like.
If you don't want one, I'll wait for Domino. If Domino doesn't want one, then I'll take the second one if nobody else wants one.
Roscoe.
I already have a.
I got a human
Do
verbi.
you want to have
Cloak.
a little itty bitty cloak made out of the Yeti fur?
No, thank you.
And I'll take the other one.
Okay.
Only because I love my jacket. It's fashionable.
With a 13, today definitely goes slower. You spent most of last night getting Maze together and,
was a 16.
pretty much ready. Sorry, 16. It's still slower than a natural 20.
Fair. That's very true.
So tonight you're finishing up the cutting and measuring pieces for Kai's. It takes a little bit longer to try and piece out from the remnants the sizes and stuff, but by the end of the evening you have all the pieces cut, measured, and ready to start kind of assembling the two cloaks. Stitching.
Making progress.
Anything else before you guys go to bed?
Nope.
Okay. You guys all go to sleep?
I think we should keep an eye out.
Oh yeah,
We didn't last.
Close.
Alexander and the boar definitely chill outside. The giant rat is still tiny if you want to cuddle with him.
Okay.
Okay. I'll ask Alexander to do his deal. And I'll have the boar help, I guess.
Food coma.
So is he... Are you telling him to wake you
Yeah.
if he sees something? Okay.
They've been so good at it, yeah, I don't think we need to stay up.
Okay. Then make perception checks for the animals.
Since I would have nothing to do the last 4
I think
hours.
I can actually
after
get
transferring,
at
I would
us
probably-
inside.
Yeah, I don't think they
the
even
hut,
see us
right?
in the hut.
Yeah, it's okay.
If you want me to roll for it,
And
sure.
I don't
If
think
not, I
like,
don't
things
care.
can't just wander
It's
into
just
it.
what I would do. It's just
If
there's nothing
you're-
else to do.
Right.
knock on
If
the
you're
outside.
gonna go out
Stop. Stop.
of the hut,
Oh, you're not coming in. I just let you out.
No, I stay inside.
okay.
The oak rolled an 11, and the boar rolled a 17.
Sup, bumper.
Okay. They don't wake you.
Yeah.
May, when you get up after your trance, you do notice that it is blizzarding outside.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, definitely not leaving the dome then.
Making seeing out of the dome pretty impossible at this point, as it's quickly getting stacked with snow over the outside of it. But you don't hear anything. The animals don't come get you. In the morning, as you all wake up and the hut disappears, you're all rudely awakened with a face full of snow falling on each of you.
Rope!
Since I would be totally aware it's about to happen, can I try to time it so that I like duck perfectly and like don't get a face full of snow?
Sure.
Rude.
I just
Get to digging.
tie off. Tie
Is
off.
the blizzard done by the morning?
Yeah, it's not blizzarding, it's
Never
just
mind.
the pile up on the dome as the dome disappeared from under it
Yes.
falls on your faces. But it's not like a terrible amount. You're not like under an avalanche. Yeah, you're not suffocating like the avalanche.
Not that shit again.
That would be unfortunate.
But new day.
There are better ways to wake up.
May.
So.
Lead us.
Oh, stop.
I can go to start to. I look around the party. If there's no obvious objections. If you're not confident in my abilities, Soren and Kai can of course lead. But I think I made good work yesterday.
You
Shade
did.
a little bit of faith.
You did. I'm just saying let's stick with what we know works well.
Alexander stays, so he'll be fine.
If you insist.
I was about to say Alexander's here.
Alexander, I rolled for Alexander again. We have a giant badger and a regular badger today. That was the other participants in today's festivities.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you don't want me to lead, point to whichever one of them is apparently going to take lead and be like, pretty sure we want to go that way with a 15. That's what I would check.
You can roll as well.
Yeah, if we're going with his roll, I'm just going with that. I wasn't sure if he was just foregoing it and be like, alright, well, one of them are.
Oh, I said you can roll if you want to. She kind of was like, I think it should be this way, but.
Let's go with that.
Brief eye contact, we're like, yes. That way.
Whatever she says is correct.
Yeah. Probably noticing Soren's a little like that way. I'll get up on Alexander and be like, well, the day is young, and start heading off.
Okay, you guys head out. As you guys are walking, you continue heading down this offshoot that you started up the day before. About an hour into it, it does start to blizzard.
Tie off.
Yeah, we'll get the rope out again.
Tie off.
You guys take a minute to stop and tie off. And you keep heading in the direction a little bit slower, more cautiously, as visibility is greatly reduced at this point. But you keep trudging along since you're tied off.
Get it.
For the next chunk of time, I need another survival check. It is still blizzarding.
I just point to May. She called it again. As long as Alexander is here, she cannot be stopped.
Your logic is impeccable.
Soren, I feel like you're about to get your bearings again. Why don't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
So 20. 27 without guidance.
As he comes up,
Okay.
I just lean down and say, "We make a good team."
Apparently.
Okay, as you guys are walking, it is still blizzarding. You're making progress forward, still all tied off. Out of the corner of your eyes, kind of off a ways, you do see like a glowing faint blue light that you've seen before. You can't make out distance, but it seems to be moving at a parallel direction to where you're going.
Wait, where have we seen this?
Is this remnant of that walker dude along the shore?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Why don't we just keep our distance and keep walking?
That sounds like a good idea.
We need to conserve our strength.
Speaking of the remnant thing, the last one we saw was a lottery victim.
It was.
When is the next lottery coming up? What happens if we're not in a town?
I don't think anybody gives a shit. We're just in one of the towns that doesn't do a lottery.
Okay.
And that's what happened the first time.
Amber's like silly fools.
We were in,
Right, but we still sacrificed something.
right.
Oh, true.
Yeah, no, we all huddled up. We gave up. What was it, warmth?
Yeah.
Unless the town speakers have a monthly huddle where they go over every citizen in every town, it's
Well, I mean,
We're out here.
this Sunblade asshole's been up here for God knows how long doing his shit, and he seems to be
And
existing.
also,
So
remember the last time that and on that note, when we left town for a significant amount of time, all the other wacky shit and nightmares and whatnot stopped.
that's true. That's a good point. have not had a bad night's sleep out here so far.
Exactly. I think this is literally a curse on the towns. So if we're not there, it's not a problem.
But remembering how poor of a trophy the last little glowing blue man made, I'm gonna be like, all right, we can just keep going.
All right.
I think we just keep our distance but keep going.
Don't look like you're trying to keep your distance.
You said it's parallel to our path. Is it going the same direction as us?
As you kind of watch the light for a little bit, it's very distorted, so you have to kind of focus on it a little bit. Make a perception check. Okay, watching it and kind of doing your best to gauge with the distortion, you're pretty sure it's heading the opposite direction of you.
So we're gonna end up passing by it.
Perfect.
You can have one of the animals veer off and try and lead it astray. See if it catches a whiff of that.
Well, no, it's already going away from us, right?
Towards us.
No, opposite direction.
It's
that
a
we're-
parallel
or-
path.
oh.
Parallel path
Oh,
with us.
Parallel path.
Different
I see.
directions. We're passing like ships in the night.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
gotcha.
that's what I'm saying. We're gonna pass by them.
We couldn't tell the distance. So
Can we tell approximately how far away it'll pass us? Like how close it will come to us when it passes by?
Make a perception check.
This is a trap.
Can always just do a
Natural
little hide.
20 for a 18.
I just need to enchant this bag to draw Alexander out every
It's-
single time.
Pretty distorted. You only see the light. You don't even see the figure.
Yeah.
So as you're kind of studying this and watching it, you feel confident that you can keep your distance from it if you want to. You do remember that the last one didn't really come towards you guys. You went towards it.
Yes,
So,
we provoked it.
yes, because you had been the one that was up watching it for a while before other people woke up.
Yes.
So
What? What's everyone
you
looking at?
feel like if you are intentionally traveling, you wouldn't need to get too close to it.
I think we'll be fine. Let's just keep our distance, keep walking on the way we're going, and we'll just not concern ourselves with that strange light today.
Yes,
Remember, there was no skull last time.
I know.
Okay.
That's why we're secret.
Okay. So over that 45 minutes, they don't move very fast. You can kind of see the light get closer past you and start to fade off in the distance behind where you came from. And as that's passing out of your range of vision, you do walk out of the blizzard. It comes to an end. You find yourselves at this point needing to go up a rather steep incline. You can't see much in front of you. It's pretty much just uphill at this point.
Okay.
Hill as opposed to like sheer cliff face.
Right, not a sheer cliff face, but
Just a
it's
steep-
definitely an uphill climb.
Yeah.
And pretty tall. You can't see.
Vorks just returns to monkey and starts knuckle walking his way up to the top. 4 points of contact, baby.
She's a bumper. That's bumper. Farley's under my feet. Well, not for
Come
long. Give me one more perception or a survival check. Whoever is leading.
Okay.
As long as Alexander's out, I feel no reason that May should not at least contribute somewhat.
May's happy taking second spot.
Hey!
17.
Okay. You travel for about 30 more minutes up this hill. It is a little rough going, just because it is pretty steep and covered in fresh fallen snow. But as you come to the top of this hill, you do see a ways in the distance the outline of what seems to be a fortress.
Oh, Vorks' erection
Oh,
becomes
By the
faster.
gods, we finally made it.
We hit sight of it.
Judging by
close
that
enough.
distance away, is the terrain similar to what we just surpassed as we came up over this hill?
At this point, it is you're kind of at the top, and it's a little bit of a dip and a little bit another up, and then it's sitting on a plateau. So not too crazy of terrain.
So basically down what we just went up, and then up again what we just went up.
Not as much.
Not as much. Okay.
Yeah.
And then off in the distance, how far roughly away does it look from here? Like how deep is that valley?
Is it a day's worth of walking?
Yeah, like
No, you're at this point. So you've done. You're on like hour 5 of travel. You think probably within an hour or two you could make it if you wanted to.
oh Jesus.
So we hold here and recon day tomorrow.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe we make camp just on the
Backside of the hill.
on the back side of the hill, yeah, so we're not visible, and then we come up with our plan and do some recon tomorrow.
The plan pretty much is domino.
Do you want to set her in a room?
it would probably be good
Can't really
to
move something
at
with
least
anybody else.
all of us get a little bit closer, or fairly close to the fortress, somewhere that we can at least back people up if they get into trouble, as opposed to being like an hour away.
I agree.
Yes.
Vork slowly turns to Bull, and for the first time he gives him like the Captain America, like, I agree. Thumbs up. Wisdom.
Other than this valley, what's the terrain like on either side? Like the dip down is just more sheer. Does it look like we could, like keep a ridge line like there, or do we have to go down and up?
You would have to go down and up. The side you're on looks similar to what you were traversing. The other side it's not as tall, but it is steep, and you see like what seems to be like a zigzagging path up that side that leads up to where you make out the fortress.
Can I see if there's any patrols on that zigzagging path from here? Like, is there like their own little encampment at the base of that?
Sure, make a perception check.
Is it all barren, or is there like trees dispersed throughout?
This is pretty barren at this point.
So
Alright,
we'll be line of sight the entire way we're trying to get
yes,
there.
and so that was the next thing I was going to suggest is that we leave or depart to approach before sunup
Well-
tomorrow morning.
Maybe we make camp now, and like you were saying, yeah, maybe take off in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and then I like middle of the
14.
night better. Because that's a lot of... I like... Vork's votes for middle of the night. So we sleep now. Mission Impossible at like midnight. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay, 3 hours of travel turned into long rest time, then immediate like early sleep. Probably could get up at like 3 in the morning. Morning.
that seems like a good time.
Early morning assault or a recon trip.
Yeah, we can have... Worst, if everything goes well, we can do something tomorrow, come back, sleep it off, and then get cracking early the next day on whatever.
What do I know?
Going through my journal, we should have 3 days for that 9 days that we saw.
Oh, good.
Okay.
This is day 7.
So we would be literally doing it the last day if we stick with it. But I still think we should go with the full day of looking around.
Day 21 we did the scrying.
Theoretically,
2 whole days
Yeah.
to
Yeah, so we got one, but
Get our
we should
shit
get
together.
one full day to
Third
making
day.
sure we know what we're doing first.
the
Which is
third
the
day
most-
would be the day 9 on time.
Is there a large hill of like snow higher above the fortress? Like, let's say we needed like a,
plateau.
Bury them.
just in case we wanted to move
So
on
the
it.
surrounding area, from what you can make out, there's kind of this
before.
valley
Can
area,
do it again.
and you could go down the valley area towards what you think would be towards the Ten Hounds. Farther past the where the fortress is, you get the sense of like a drop off past it, but you can't tell
Like a sheer
details like that.
like a
because
sheer cliffside sort of drop off, probably.
That's
like that.
yeah, the vagueness behind it, and then it's to your right, so it's across from you. 10 towns, and then cliff, and then there's more mountains to your right.
Is it built into the mountain, or is it a standalone fortress? From what we can see.
It is partially carved into, and then like up above, so like it's kind of in the side, and then has some up over the top of the plateau area.
So we have no idea how big that is or how deep it goes into the mountain.
Nope.
So,
We
there's
just
snow
start
above
carving.
it on that mountainside that it's carved into.
Snow?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I could theoretically do what we did the other day and bury the courtyard or whatever it is in an avalanche.
Let's save that for a plan
Let's
C.
let's
Yeah.
save that for the retreat.
Yeah. Try and do that.
It's all going south. We'll take you all with me.
Yes.
Another
Or
thing we
slow
could
it down
do
at
right
least.
now is I could send my Badger Bros in right now and just see if they can sneak around, see something, and report back. They can burrow, get them in close, and just have them come
Recon
back.
badgers.
I mean, if they get poofed, they get poofed. They just come back to the bag.
Damn it. If you want to send recon badgers, I don't think they're going to think badgers are malicious.
And they have burrow
I'm still
speed, so
gonna
they
kill
can.
them.
Are they native to the area? Will it stand out?
Yeah, probably.
They burrow. What are the odds the fortress goes into the mountain below?
Probably high.
Probably.
Could they just
It looks like it
burrow-
goes in and then at least goes up and comes out to like a balcony of overworldly domination. So the
Could we use the badgers to burrow straight through the side of the mountain and give us a unexpected back door into the fortress?
It's looking at the GM, and Amber's like, oh god, badger.
It
get
would
away.
be
Can
very
badgers bury through solid rock?
very depending on the surface.
I don't know.
We're in mountains.
She ruled it earlier in the campaign that it would count as difficult terrain for the burrow speed. Because
they're
I
not-
did it.
They're not very fast burrowers. They just can do it.
Well,
So I could, if we get them in close, they could like
I don't know how far they need to
they
burrow.
they could undermine and then
Precisely.
and then go.
That was a general hill.
Precisely, we get them closer.
Yeah,
they
like we're-
spend a couple hours
Rocky
burrowing.
hill
It's-
as opposed to like
A mountain.
Rock Mountain.
So who's
mountain.
taking first watch?
like-
Because
so
here
then-
I don't trust just
what's the
Amber.
burrow?
Actual rock formations.
Giant one 10, the regular one 5.
Shut out of the world.
In one round, through difficult terrain, the giant
feet.
one can burrow 5 feet.
Yep.
And that's 6 seconds.
Yep.
Times 10 rounds a minute, it's
Yep.
50 feet
Yep.
per minute.
Yep.
Times an hour, it would be 300 feet an hour, if my math is correct.
Yeah.
I don't want to trust our recon to animals.
I'm not trusting, I'm trusting our back door.
Trying to
Always
create our
trust the
own
back door.
NPC.
And that's just with an hour. These animals up for all day.
Yeah.
Times what? How many hours?
I guess
a
it would
day?
be if the other guy helped, he'd have 2.5 feet per, so you get to 450 in an hour if he's helping.
He probably would. We probably want to use both somehow.
I could have him start in a different area. They meet in the middle.
I don't like this idea.
Or they actually undermine the fortress and just dig out beneath
Yeah, that's not gonna
the
happen.
wall and the wall collapses.
Yes, 2 fucking badgers are going to take down an entire fucking fortress. That's all it takes to take down a
Just enough-
fortress.
just enough-
Is 2
That's
small badgers.
Just enough to weaken one
You
section.
know how dreadfully delicate mine shafts can be. You're from underground, just like I am.
And that's why they didn't build their fortress
How do you know?
over mine shafts. They built it on a mountain,
If you're asking
which is
me-
solid rock.
They're only Durgar. How smart can they possibly be?
Oh, they're,
Smart
making,
enough to build a fortress.
they're making a doomsday weapon. Let's not.
Yes.
It's not a.
Doomsday.
Whether or not you like dwarves or think they're particularly intelligent, they're good with stone.
Meanwhile, the fortress is too.
They're good with stone, except for when there's unexpected difficulties, like
From-
burrowing badgers.
Now,
It's so our whole battle plan.
I highly doubt the badger could undermine the wall. However, they could at least dig enough to get in,
But it's hilarious.
scurry around on a, you know. Who knows if they can return? Who knows if they can return? But if they could return, I could get like a debrief and be like, we'd know more.
Take life's small joys where you can find them, Mr. Bull.
So, I'm going to put my confidence in our halfling friend here who can turn invisible and is a lot more intelligent than 2 badgers.
Can you make the badger invisible? Because then we're really cooking with gasoline.
We need to stop fixating.
Your ideas are stupid and terrible.
All right,
Saying is that
Yeah,
take it first watch.
I do.
Take it first watch.
What's your burrow speed, Solon?
20.
Well, now, why are we relying on the badgers?
well, because they can die. And
They can die and no one will care.
Aww.
I will feel very, very sad. But I will get them back. As Bull said.
Weren't you just Mr. Empathy
I am.
a day ago?
I am.
See,
I'm hoping they
deep
return.
down he knows they're expendable.
In hindsight, like the
He acts
perfect
like he
scenario.
cares, but he really doesn't.
In the perfect scenario,
It's ending.
they actually
they're still trying to-
actually do recon and then return, and then we know information. That's the whole point.
What do we know? They can't even count.
How do you know?
They're badgers.
I, for one, don't profess to know the intelligence of a badger.
They're not smart.
What's the badger?
No,
Intelligence
they're
of
all-
two.
they're all stupid.
They cannot count.
I just like we know Domino. I'm like they're worried about me making stupid decisions. Badger gate.
But they do have keen smell, so they might be able to give like a gross estimate to see if they can smell how many bad guys are around.
What? Smells like lots?
Yes.
That's helpful. Super helpful.
It's better if it's
More information than we have right now.
Like
I think that we can assume that there's a decent amount of them. How about we figure
If
out
you
some
guys
way
all
to send
don't go to
somebody in
bed,
there
I'm
with
gonna
some
run
intelligence?
screaming at the fortress wall in the middle of the
it's
night.
like midday. Isn't it? Don't we have like 3 more hours of travel? Yeah, we're not.
We were going. No, we were
We're-
passing out early to get up early to do recon tomorrow instead of debating badgers.
Yeah, we want our long rest to finish at like 3 a.m.
Can we please give up on the idea of
You still
sending
have
badgers
time.
in?
You can't really go to bed right now because you've only been up for 5 hours.
Yeah, but we can do the light activity part. I do wonder what is the problem with sending the badgers to at least create a back door if they can get through. If they can get through, they might not be able to.
You think these small things are going to be able to build a tunnel that's stable and large enough for all of us to crawl through?
Not all of us, just her. Point to Domino.
The giant badgers the same size as Domino.
I don't want to go in a tunnel. I thought I was just gonna go invisible, walk to the front door.
Yeah, I like her.
Is the
Invisible.
what if the door's not open?
And she climbs.
I'm not gonna go into the door.
Look, I know that you think your badgers are very special, but
Oh,
will you
I'm
please
sorry.
give up?
Did you guys want me to go in?
Yes.
No, thank you.
See, now we're back to playing badger.
How about this instead? We try to find a back door into this fortress. There can't only be one entrance to this place.
Domino, can you make someone else invisible?
Yes.
Forks is going in.
You are not.
Try and stop me.
Someone will try and stop you.
All right, guess we're doing some PvP. Let's do
So
it.
he'll be this distraction while we sneak around the back.
Distraction. I mean, I could try that. I could get him to come pay attention to Vorks. You guys are gonna have to work real quick because Vorks is gonna die real quick.
I can technically make 2 people invisible.
Vorks is going in.
Fancy.
See, I'm usually pretty light on my feet if you would rather me do the recon, but
To be fair, I am kind of stealthy. I have a +4 on my stealth.
Buggers are oddly stealthy.
Make me invisible. Let me see.
Alright, while you guys are figuring this out, let's take a quick break. So what's the plan?
May and
Well,
Sorn are
okay,
going
so-
in ninja style.
Well, no, more specifically. So we're going to be getting up at like about 3 a.m.
yeah, so we're
and we will be approaching the castle. We'll first need to do like a little bit of exterior recon to just figure out the lay of the land around it.
so
Hopefully find a spot that we can all hide that's in the near vicinity of there. And then hopefully find a back door
I might want
to
to
send
do
our
that.
recon people here.
so
That's
if
phase 1.
if you can get right up close to the castle and get Liam's tiny hut up, it does appear naturally camouflaged in the environment you put it up in. That is part of the spell. So it wouldn't be perfect,
It's like
but it
not
would be.
it's not invisible, but it is like harder to pick. It's not obvious in the
It's
landscape.
better than just be laying there in the middle of the sand or whatever in
yeah,
the snow.
or like literally a hut.
Top 10.
Yeah.
So I think
We get close and we get them inside, whether it's over a wall or whatever, and then we sit tight until they come out.
So what you guys can see, the area where the fortress is, the switchback that leads up to it leads up basically to the fortress,
right.
which then goes into the side
Yes.
and up to the top, which is the plateau.
And there's no.
The switchback doesn't go all the way up to the plateau.
So if I'm understanding this right,
So there's like
There's-
there's a plateau at the top of this kind of hill, and then there's like a fortress entryway kind of at the base of said plateau, and then there's like more fortress built on top of the plateau, basically, so that the fortress and the plateau are kind of like one and the same.
If this is the top of the plateau and this is the fortress, what you see is like this.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And the switchback goes up to like where my watch would be.
Mhm.
And then there's still a chunk before you get to the plateau. But the
Okay.
fortress you can see, like you can see this whole face of the fortress, but you can see the plateau behind it.
So,
Does that
I
make
gotcha.
sense?
so there's no path that actually leads all the way up the side of the mountain to the top of the plateau that the fortress walls would be around.
Not that you can see.
Okay.
There's a very cut out path that you can see. Everything else just blends in with the snow and
from the-
surrounding.
From the base of the switchback trail, could it be possible to do like a 360 around the whole thing?
Oh,
Or is that what we were saying? It looks like a drop
'cause
off on the
from,
other side.
From the way she's describing it, like if this is the plateau,
Yeah. I got
the
it.
fortress
Got it.
is like
yeah.
kind of in front of it and actually like in it a little bit.
Whoa.
Careful.
Sorry.
Yeah.
If you go this way, that's like a downhill slope, and you
Yeah.
can see the start of a cliff face, which is like would be over here and around, and then this side goes up into
Up
the
into
mountains,
the mountain. Gotcha. Okay.
all the way around to where you were.
Yeah. So there's really.
We're not going to see much from the outside. It's just a matter of getting close and getting them in. Hopefully they find something that leads out.
Getting closer, maybe we will hopefully be able to find something else, because, like I said, I mean, well, not impossible. I do find it a little like it would be very unusual for there to literally only be just like the Iron Gate entryway, and that is literally the only way in and out of there.
There's probably like a drain or something on the other side of the mountain
Yeah,
where we
exactly.
can't get to it.
Yeah, well, on the other side, or maybe not. But, you know, once we get a little bit closer, hopefully we'll get a better sense of what's in the surrounding terrain and figure that out.
We'll have to try the front door.
I guess so.
So she's
Or-
gonna make you invisible.
Or
Is it Soren and May going in?
Oh, that's what we're figuring out. That was the original plan. But if there's no clear,
That what? Wait, what? Why would
And then
figure out-
we're gonna post up in the
I'm trying to figure out how I can
Huh.
stack the buffs to give everyone the best
does
advantage.
anyone have any climbing gear?
Yes,
Yes.
you and I do.
I do.
You and I bought pittance or whatever.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I have the
Yeah,
crampons.
yeah. I do.
Yeah, I've got crampons
some-
and lightens.
I
but
have
not
some
necessarily like
too.
climbing.
Would
gear.
it be worth it?
That's essentially.
Could we potentially scale the mountain, like where the switchback ends the front door? Could we scale the rest of it and get on the same side as to get up there?
Yeah. I would,
Certainly try.
So
Well,
it's
does
quite
it
a, it's
look
quite
like
a
it would be
distance to
physically
climb.
possible? Like not that it would be easy, but that it would be possible.
From this distance, maybe, but you don't have a clear, like you're not close enough to really say, yes, this is a good climbing wall, or
Yeah.
no, this is not.
Not
so we
Like-
stealthily approach the fortress.
yeah, I think the first step is
Yes.
try and
Stealthily approach the fortress and then find like a spot for the collective of us to kind of hide that's, you know, out of view. What's nearby.
Yeah, middle of the night. First step is middle of the night. All of us approach the fortress,
Yep. Which
or
is
at least
happening,
or at least the base of the switchback trail,
which we are doing.
Okay.
and we do so stealthily.
Exactly.
Alright, is there anything else you guys want to do before you go to bed? I imagine most of the the afternoon is taken up by your discussions and planning, so.
Probably, yeah.
Nope.
Right?
Instruction.
You guys all go to sleep?
Use that. Keep 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure I get all of my spells in a row here. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10.
Sleeping in the hut, right?
Actually, do Enhance ability doesn't matter if you're invisible. So I don't.
You could always make it on one of the other attributes. Like,
Could. Well, that goes to the planning phase that we're doing. If you guys are climbing, I can. Well, she makes you invisible. I can do
I still say you climb.
the
At least from this distance, can we get a rough sense of scale of the fortress, like rough amount of stories to it? You know, is it like
It's
3? Is it like maybe 10?
it's enormous.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Don't
Can
wanna-
you get the sense, like the side you are seeing, like Ian said earlier, you don't know if you're seeing all of it because it's in a mountain.
Oh, right.
big is the plateau?
Yeah, I'm not saying area. I'm just like talking mostly like height.
Like, does it look like we could walk
Structure.
around the other side of it? With relative ease, or is
No,
it
because
just...
it's like the plateau sort of like juts out.
Right, that's what I'm
On
saying.
the
Like
side by where the mountains go up,
Yeah.
there looks like maybe a little bit of space that you could walk. The other side quickly hits that like what looks like a cliff edge.
I think so.
So there's maybe a spot to potentially walk up to the plateau from here.
You can't tell if you can walk up there, or maybe you have to climb up there. But you
a
can
potential
see
rest
an
is-
area of plateau that could be stood on, but not exactly how you
Before
get to
we
it.
take the rest, I could go and at least examine that part. See if there's like a path that makes the most sense, and then come back.
It's like an hour's walk there, though, right? And an hour's walk back from here.
Yeah.
We won't be coming back here.
Yeah. Well, no, he's saying before we rest.
Before, so we
But he
can
needs-
move
he
it
needs to
before we
prepare
rest right
stuff.
now,
No.
and then
Well, I'm guessing
we're
he's
gonna
not
wake up
going to
in
do
the
it
middle
as
of the night.
himself. I'm guessing you've got like an animal or something that will. You gotta be safe.
Yeah, I'll just transform into. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You could turn into something like flies.
I can't
No,
fly yet.
He can't fly
Oh.
yet.
But I can climb.
Oh.
The way that wild shapes work is you start off by just having like access to land creatures,
I can climb
and
and
then
swim.
swim, and then
Can't fly.
fly.
Interesting.
What about falling with style?
I can do that without any real issue.
Yeah, don't need to be an animal to do that.
So I could do that if you guys want to before I bed down and switch stuff up.
Just simply throw yourself at the earth and then miss.
That's a big target. Kind of hard to miss.
Alright, are you going to sleep or are you going to scout?
Do you want me to go?
It's up to you, dude. So this is a Kai call. Kai call, I like that.
Okay, yeah, I'll go. I can be in this shape for 2 hours. Let's do it.
Do you want me to go behind you, or are you gonna be too fast for me, invisible? If we're gonna rest, I got more spells for the morning.
How long does your invisibility last?
An hour.
I'm gonna be a giant wolf spider. So. Which is still a tiny creature. So.
Do you want me to
Oh, no,
make
oh no, it's a medium creature. Sorry, it's a medium creature.
I will make you invisible
Spider.
as a wolf spider. How's that sound? Is there something you'd rather be that's not a wolf spider?
That gives me for the quality of creature that I can be at a particular point in time. That gives me my fastest climbing
I'll still make you invisible
and
though. Sound good?
Just in case, you know, there's things.
Yeah.
that-
it gives me dark vision and blind sight. So I should
Like
be able to see.
Yetis.
So I'll make you invisible and go.
Okay.
Ready? Turn into it, and then you're invisible. Hit it.
What's your speed as a wolf spider?
40 for both
He's
climbing and.
extra skittery.
And before I do that, I will cast Pass Without a Trace on myself to stealth up to it, because that'll last an hour. So I'll have advantage on stealth and a +10 to my stealth as the wolf spider, because I have to use
Okay.
the physical stats of this creature. But I keep all of my smartness, so
Right,
I can-
I know. Go ahead and make a stealth roll at advantage with your +10. Can spiders walk on snow?
On sand? Sure.
Snow.
No. Yeah, sure.
Sure, why not?
Spiders can climb difficult surfaces, including upside down and on ceilings, without needing to make an ability check.
Yep.
Yes.
But that's ceilings, not snow.
Difficult surfaces.
But will they sink into the snow?
I have a web. If I start to fall,
That's
just
my
I'll Spider-Man my way. Drop that.
I'm not worried about the mountain yet. I'm worried about walking across the snow.
Everyone donates some.
It's essentially like a corgi trying to run through the snow.
35 for stealth.
I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. Why they would. It's not like they're walking on actual pegs, you know. Even their legs kind of like
And surface
Yeah.
tension.
Very
Yeah.
light. Very light for the
It's
pass.
true. I mean, that was the conclusion I was getting at, but that was the thought process going through my head was,
Wolf spiders also have a +7 in stealth, which is why
can
it's
spiders walk on snow or they sink?
Sure.
Alright, as the wolf spider, invisible, heading towards the base of the switchback area, you make decent time. You get there in a little under an hour. Come to, as you get closer, make a perception check.
Ooh, 20, not natural.
So from this point,
your balls.
you're basically at the bottom of where the switchback
Bring my
starts.
balls to
You see that the switchback is actually like steps that are barely like 5 feet wide. And they work their way up the side of this hill area. Surrounding it, it is covered in a thin layer of snow, so it blends in, which is what you were seeing from back across. But as you kind of like test it out and inspect it, there is a pretty solid rock face underneath that layer of snow, which is what the steps are carved out of. Going up.
There's nothing at the base. There's not like a tower or anybody on patrol as I approach.
Nope.
It just leads up to an ominous door in a
Basically.
Oh, okay. The mountainside that before we were like, can we get to it from this? I will scurry that way to see. I want to do as much recon around that side as I can until it looks like I can't, like basically until I hit the cliff and have to stop, obviously.
So you want to go up onto the plateau?
Right now, yeah.
Okay. It takes you a little bit to climb up this side, but with the climbing speed, it's not really an issue for you. You make it up. You're basically on the right side of the tower, or of the fortress if you're looking at it from where the rest of you are, which none of you guys can see him.
No.
But as you get to the top of the plateau, that would be when your invisibility drops,
Okay.
as that only lasts for an hour.
Okay.
And from this side, you can wander around. It is just pretty like walkable on this side. You definitely cliff on, or mountains going up one side, wall of fortress on your left, which is just made of like solid rock carved and like built out of rock.
Yep. Yeah, it's rock's been carved in to look like a wall. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like built up because at the plateau, building upwards.
Yeah. Helm's deep on a cliffside. Yeah.
You make your way. There's no real like adornments or anything. It's just a solid wall. You see towards the very top of the tower or the fortress. There's some high windows up there. But you don't see any, like, there's not a parapet area that, like, you would normally expect. It's just one solid wall all the way up to these high windows at the top
Gotcha.
on this side.
Does it look like there's any way to get up to this plateau not taking those stupid switchbacks? From, like, a different angle?
The only way you see to get on the plateau is basically climbing up that hillside.
Okay.
The
How
switchback
exposed
stop.
was I when I did that?
What?
How exposed is that?
The angle of this, like, the up face, it's not a very good angle to where the fortress would be looking out. If somebody was in any of these windows that you've seen, that face is not the most visible.
So we're climbing up this wall?
Gotcha. Without the
I'm
ability
bad
to
at
climb, how shitty of
In
a
all
climb would
seriousness,
that
I'm
be?
a god at it. So like other
You
shoulder.
figure it would definitely be
my
a
athletics
struggle.
checks
Like
are ridiculous.
the spider had no problem, but
Right.
it's just a rock
Just
face.
become like a true
so
trans.
Okay.
Spider had no trouble. Some decently athletic person with good climbing gear
Yeah.
would probably be able to do it.
Right.
Those of us with a -2 strength would probably not do so well.
Right.
You got lockpicking though.
Right.
A lockpick? I cannot climb a mountain with a lockpick.
Well,
So-
no, what I'm saying is I can.
That looks like it's the best way. Just those windows are the only other openings. Is there any other? So basically, other than the door, there's nothing. It's just sheer rock. How
So-
tall is that wall?
very tall.
Is there a low point at any point in time by the door? It's just once you hit it, it's just Fortress of Doom all the way up.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
a very solid, just like flat walls.
So there's no like Helm's Deep drain bullshit like at the last fortress we were at that had a drain that had a river.
It's
Okay.
As you come to like what would be the backside of the fortress,
The last one had a drain.
as you come to what would be the back corner of this fortress,
Uh-huh.
you see that's where the cliff face starts, and you look down, and that is like a
Deep had a drain.
sheer
Well, the last one we went in and attacked had a drain. There was a river out of
cliff
it. Yeah.
face.
Uh huh.
Check out those windows
And
if you can.
if you are, the spider's like peeking over the edge.
I mean, I could just walk over the edge and
That's
stare
true.
down, and then walk back.
But
'Cause
yes,
spider.
you see it, and then you look to your left, which would be the back wall
Yeah.
of the fortress. There is a giant, what looks like a door built into this sheer face. On
Bigger
the
than the
side.
main door that we saw earlier.
Yes,
Okay. How?
it's like a double doors.
Uh-huh.
That's where the
Like
weapon is.
like a garage door, okay.
Yes,
2 car, 1 car. What are we looking at?
One and a
probably
half.
at least like 3
Probably
cars.
three.
Like 3 cars. This is a big ass fucking door. Okay.
That's a big. That's
Like a moon
big door.
laser door.
Okay. Big ass door. Uh huh. And that's on. Does it look like it leads anywhere? It's just a door to nothing.
No, they
It's a
built
fortress.
a door, and then behind the door is just wall.
Just
It's just a door.
I meant
It's
coming
like
out,
Rick and
because
Morty skit.
it's the-
Sheer
Fake doors.
So it's just a door. So if the doors
Nope,
opened
nothing.
out, they would
Nope, nothing.
leap off and
Over air.
fall.
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Okay, cool. Interesting. Are there any windows on that door?
No.
Fuck. Okay.
Do you have the spell knock by chance?
I do not.
Doors that lead to open air, not a great sign.
It's a toy.
Okay.
I thought about it, but at that
Scurry
time,
back
I was
up.
more concerned about
Blow
things up. Get
Scurry up
save
the
my
side
ass.
of the thing. How high up is the nearest window?
From the platform.
Obviously, the only thing you
plateau
can
area
do.
up
There
to
are
those
3 in
windows,
single.
they're all in a row. They're not like along up and down the face. Like they're all at the very top.
Gotcha.
That was so morbid. Come here.
Probably roughly 100 feet.
Jesus.
I think what she's trying to say is we're going over the wall or through a gate, and there's nothing else.
I don't think there is an over the wall. I'm gonna go up the wall. Avoid the window for now. Is there a roof? Like, is this just built flat in, or is it like an actual like walkway?
When you get to the very top, it is just a flat top.
That's what
roof.
I thought. Okay. How big are the windows? Like, could I fit through one?
As a spider?
I'm a medium creature. So as a medium creature, could a medium creature fit through them?
Yeah, nothing bigger than like a medium creature. Even
Orcs may have some trouble, but the rest of us could get in normally. Okay. And they're just openings. They're not actual glass, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm like, are they on? They're on the side that has the climbable thing, right?
Yeah. They're on the side with the switchbacks.
No.
Or they're not?
So, the switchbacks has the door.
Yep.
It takes a long time to do.
And then when you get on the plateau,
we
Yep.
gotta make
that
sure.
like there's the corner. The corner of the building is the plateau's over here. The switchbacks over here.
Gotcha.
So they're on this wall.
Okay. And then the hill that's climbable would be on.
This wall.
Okay.
So basically, you walk up, and then when you hit the plateau, you're
Skirt
on
around.
the side of the building.
And then you skirt. You'd have to skirt around to those windows, basically.
No, that when you get on the plateau, that's the side that has the windows.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. So
The
there's
front face that you guys can see that has the switchback doesn't touch the plateau.
Gotcha. Cool.
Is it possible we could get like a real rough top down?
Here's what I'm gonna do then.
It's not for now.
Knowing that this is that hard,
What's going on here?
I'm going
So lost 'cause
to.
I'm not a-
I know.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's the way my brain works. I can't.
I'm getting rough images. I'm
Yeah,
just
so we've
mixing it up.
got like approach, which has like
Just let her draw. Just let her draw.
switchbacks,
Just let her
right?
draw it.
I'm just saying, like as a starting point.
I mean, it's just it's a square, so the fortress and it's not to scale.
Right. So that's the
this
switchback
is-
side.
This is where the hill.
a 20-foot fortress.
That'd be great.
Shut up. The switchbacks.
Yep.
This is the plateau here,
Okay.
and this wall has the windows.
Okay.
Okay,
This side starts the
Sure.
cliff face.
Yeah.
going
This
up.
This is
It's
the
just-
this is the big ass door.
that's the
Yes.
big ass door wall.
All right. So
okay.
big ass door.
Like in the cliff.
Window. However. And then
Little door.
And like so.
But that's halfway down. So
little
like
door.
Yeah, little
top door is
little
weird. Or
halfway
top down
Yeah.
view is weird
So,
because of the
little door.
And so like and the rest of the mountain
Yes.
is going like up.
And then
this
the
way,
hill
right?
that I would
Okay.
climb to get up without this is just next to it
next
here.
to it. Yes.
So would the
Like the switchback. So here, let me see this for a second. If you're looking straight at the mountainside, the fortress basically is like this, upright. The plateau
Yeah, by
starts at like here,
yeah.
and the switchback ends down here.
Yeah.
So you can go up to the switchback and then kind of like climb around up to the plateau, which would then take you up here.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. Since it looks like the window is probably our best bet in, and I'm a motherfucking spider,
Does that help?
Yes.
Yes, this does.
I'm gonna start making.
I was picturing.
Any other questions?
I'm gonna start. No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
I know it's
start
confusing.
making a sort of web ladder from that window all the way down the fucking side of this bitch until I get all the way down to the base. So that way when we get back, we can just climb up to this window.
That's so genius.
Okay.
Sure, no one sees the giant.
The excretions would stay.
Is that a skill the spider has, or this is just you?
I was gonna say there's a
Same.
difference between excreting some webbing and then weaving that into something that's got like
it should be
enough tensile strength and something that can be held onto to climb.
Right. I mean, you can definitely make a web, but can you make a web that another creature that's not a spider can climb?
Well, I'm
It's not exactly what webs are designed to do.
Okay, so I will say to clarify that I can't do that because the giant spider, which is a different thing, has an actual like web ability that this spider does not have. This spider does have all the same web sense and web walking and all that bullshit, but it doesn't have the like web attack as like a thing.
Go out and hunt spider, not a wait and see spider.
Yes.
It's a giant wolf spider.
Yeah, it's generally, yeah. Well, the giant spider is also a size bigger than this, so
Yeah.
it would be able to build a web that a person could like
Wolf spider is an ambush spider.
because it can like trap and like do things. It can cheat up if it has
There's
to.
so many types of wolf spider that
No, thank you.
All right. Well, then that genius
To all
plan.
types.
That would have
Of
been genius.
spiders.
What you could do though,
That genius plan won't work.
what you could do though, is like at least as the spider
At this
pull
point,
a
you're
rope
probably
up to the top for us.
Which
for a
my rope
night,
is in
I
my
mean.
body right now.
Right, but you're gonna have to
at this
leave
point
each
you're
shape to
probably
get
at
back
about
anyway.
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You have a half hour.
I have a half hour
to
left
finish
of this. That's what I was gonna try. Okay, so windows by shot. Big door leads to nothing. That's scary.
Run away.
That door. It probably wasn't flush. And this last like little bit, I'm gonna scurry down to that door. Can I look into like the crack, like through the middle? Like, is there a big enough like inch opening that I can be like, what the fuck is in this thing? To see if it's like lit or not lit, or if there's anything like in this big ass door that leads to nowhere that is probably not a great thing.
As you get close, you're able to realize that these doors are actually like carved out of thick ice, so there is no gap between them.
Passive, so they're like, okay.
I mean, they're transparent-ish.
No, they're so thick. It
Does it look like ice is frozen over the doors, or is they physically are ice?
Frosted ice physically?
Since you're basically
Why would they
like
make
on
the
top
front
of
door
them,
clear
they
ice?
are made of
No
ice.
other option.
Interesting. Okay.
They did a very bad job at designing this place then.
They're Duragar.
Alright, well, if I can't get in that way.
I see that your MO is to always underestimate the enemy.
They have hinges.
Alright, if I can't see, if I get down the door, I can't see or
The
whatever.
MO of the drow is to always hate
If I have enough time, I would like to peek in one of the
No
windows.
So a fireball would open the door.
Wow.
Probably not. If it's
Yeah, you probably have a couple
big,
minutes, but I
huge,
mean, you can also
gargantuan
use another V-shape
doors
to
of
stay.
ice,
so
which are probably several feet
wait.
thick to like maintain
you
the structural integrity.
planning to use another V-shape?
I mean,
That's
I'd
a
be
waste
aware
of a
of how close
perfectly
my
good
time
thing for
was. If
blowing
I feel
up
like I'm about to fall off the side of a
Chuck
mountain,
some
I would
fireballs and be like,
use
Well, yeah,
that.
so that's what I'm getting at. Are you
They
trying
wouldn't
to
come
be
out
on
and
the
attack us
plateau
directly
when your
with our
V-shape
army
ends,
of-
or are you trying to get as much out of this and you'll use another one if you need to? No, I mean,
I'll use another one if I have to, but in a perfect world, I'd be able to scurry up there,
Flawless
look in the
idea.
window,
Just kill
get
anyone
far
who
enough
comes
away
up
that
to
if I
us.
ever burned it back,
Just
I could
break
just
the
walk
window.
back myself
Flawless
like a
idea.
normal person. If I feel like I can't do that, then I would spend another V-shape.
okay. At this point, so from the half an hour you had left, where you were already basically at the windows,
Yep.
you could look in at that point and then go check out the door and probably get to at least the plateau. Probably down it, depending on how long you stay at the windows. But you wouldn't be able to get much farther than that.
Okay, I guess if I see something amazing at the window, then I'd probably burn another one to stay as a spider, and then
Okay.
Sending him on ahead was a very good decision. Druid recon is best recon.
it's the first time you guys have seen me turn into an animal.
It's true.
It is. It's the first time you actually used the wild shape for a wild shape.
It's the first time.
It's the
You saw me
first
become
time.
a fox. one
First time you used like one of the most iconic functions of the class.
I've used my wild shape quite a lot. You just see it manifest as a fiery elemental.
Oh.
Every time that guy comes out, I burn a wild shape.
Gotcha.
Yes, he is an extension of me. So the Firefox of Doom. Yes, it's there.
I feel like he's gotten considerably less threatening as time has gone by.
They don't scale very well.
Yeah.
He gains 5 hit points per thing, and his damage doesn't increase really much at all. So he's really just like
The AOE is
He's not a
such
teleporter.
yeah.
I can little bit of I get a bonus action. I can have him shoot again. So essentially, he's like a cantrip bonus action if I wanted to. But most of my other spells use bonus actions when I concentrate on them. So he's really just there to if I need to get someone out of. Like if you're engaged, I can teleport you out, so you're not in melee if you're about to get fucked or something. But
I will just misty stealth myself off a cliff.
you'll never get me
I
down.
found a cliff for you.
Snout like a bitch.
I killed all but one of them. The last one.
I
Okay.
still think the best idea is to be like, Daddy.
Make a
Dad,
perception check as you do.
No, not great. 6.
So glancing through the
You done
one
fucked
window
up.
you come to,
Oh wait, no.
It's your perception.
It's my perception.
Not the spiders.
That's at
Yes.
least a 10. Yeah, it's my perception.
That's mental stats.
I forgot. I keep forgetting that.
it's okay.
Physically,
Not-
my eyes, but
Well, what's
Terribly
great
better,
about the
but
druid
better.
wild shape is you get to pick whichever one is better.
Anyway, so as this wolf spider that is not a moon druid
Correct.
looks into this window,
Yeah.
it's surprisingly dim in this room
I blind.
and very barren.
Cool.
There's no like decoration or really even signs of life in here.
Great. It's like a storeroom.
No, what you do see across the way, which you can figure out lines up-ish
Yeah.
with the door,
Yeah.
is a giant like gear crank system.
Like a maintenance room type feel? Okay.
gate.
Yeah. Does it look? Oh, so yeah. Is it like the gate
Yeah.
for this bullshit?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Is it the?
It looks like it's the gears for. Well, I don't know if I'm smart enough. I'm me, so I should be smart enough to figure that out.
Yeah, that is what I was
Yeah.
getting at. But you don't really pick up any other details.
I mean,
I don't know.
Good.
Maybe that's what we do. If there's potentially not that many people inside there, like somebody
Maybe.
just slips in and then
possible.
activates the mechanism to open up the front door for us. Screw being
It's not the
stealthy.
front door.
Oh,
no, this is the big door that you'd
the
have to
big
like.
door.
I would have
I
to
see.
like
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
teleport you into.
Yeah. Well, no, that's we don't care about that door.
If we activate the moon laser too early, it will blow up because it's not ready.
Yeah, no one's gonna expect you to die. Okay.
It's not finished yet.
You'd have to go
Dad,
now
Daddy.
if you don't want to burn another
Father.
shape.
There's nobody else in this room with me.
Oh, I
Not that
crave
you can
violence.
see.
Okay. Is there anything I can do? What I got prepared for today? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. If there's no one in the room with me, I'm gonna wait. Actually, I'm gonna become myself in the room,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay.
Is there any bullshit going on in this room?
Well,
I just want to know if there's not any magical bullshit that is going on. There could be.
We haven't even slept yet, have we?
Nope.
No.
He's by himself.
Yep.
Rip. And he's gonna die.
That's possible.
He's not gonna die. He's just gonna get back, and our 3-hour window is gonna be gone.
Gone.
Yeah, so we'll have to do it.
2 hours there already.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be broad daylight.
But I gotta
We
spend. I gotta spend the shape to get down anyway. So while I'm me, I'm gonna use a quick little thing of magic. I'm not casting it ritually. I'm just gonna do it. It's just I do it as an action.
We're
I think-
not gonna go in broad daylight. 'Cause
Yeah.
It still doesn't get light out to like
Yeah.
11 and
Yeah.
9
So-
and 1 in the morning. But we're not gonna be able to go
Oh.
at 3 a.m. anymore. You have to get his long rest.
This is not a problem as long as we're just not marching up there in the middle of the day.
Well, this was
That's the thing
still
we're
like
concerned
midday.
about.
We're still gonna be able to get there at like.
Yeah, but the whole point was
Yeah.
that we would start our long rest early so we can get up in the middle of the night. By the time you get back, you're going to be starting your long rest at the time we normally start a long rest because you've used all this time to it, which is a good thing. Like it's not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this was a bad decision.
If we started at our normal time, which would be like 8 in the morning or whatever, right?
We had 3 hours left to travel when we got to the point where you
Which
branched
means
off.
it was like 1. So at current playing, it's like 3. If I get back at like 4, we still get 8 hours before
We
playing
had
time.
no, we were way behind. We had 3 more hours before we were done traveling.
Sure.
Like it's nighttime, hunker down. You've been in there for 2, so we've got 1 left.
Taking a picture just to look.
And then
for
it's the
internet.
normal time that we go to sleep.
What's the normal time of travel? We can still take
I
like
guess-
an 8 hours.
No!
The 8 hours is just travel time.
I guess
No.
that's
all-
when we would normally end our travel time.
Please
of the day.
no.
Like it should be like
filter.
It should be like 4 in the afternoon when I get back from this.
Not that early.
What the fuck?
Definitely not that early.
You're trying to do
Probably more like
things.
6 in the evening.
I'll still get this there by 3.
You do it.
But
yeah.
the-
So the
It's
normal
the middle thing.
like quote unquote daylight
Get your hands on
hours are from 9
There we go.
to 3, I believe I said.
yeah. Yeah.
Which is 6 hours. So to get your 8 hours of travel time, you're traveling in the dark a bit, anyways. Cause
Yeah.
The understanding was you guys were always getting up about an hour before
Yeah.
light.
We basically travel from 8 to 4 every day.
Yeah, so we would usually travel from 8 to 4. So you're at like 3 right now.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
But to get an 8-hour long rest, we could still get up from 4 o'clock. We could still get up at midnight and go. When
Yeah, I
we're getting
guess.
our rest. Like, I'm not cutting into stealth
true.
time.
That's true.
Yeah, it's getting close, but
Yeah.
it's still doable. It's not off the table yet
Depends how much.
how much time you can travel versus like
It's
you
travel
still
time
have
versus
this
activity time.
weird
Yeah.
8-hour time
Yes.
Yeah.
There's.
of like who knows what happens during the day.
Setting up camp. Breaking down camp.
Yeah.
Making ready for close.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cooking.
Making plans.
Okay, so as you
Making
land in
plans.
this area
Reversing.
and you shift
Maintaining your
back
stuff.
into your person
Yep.
and you cast detect magic, does
Yep.
it have verbal components?
No, that's a very good question.
Probably. This is
I
where
assume
Kai gets captured.
No problem. It's my invisible guy in sermon. I know about the game.
You're at the gate mechanism for the giant door.
Yep.
for the the supposed super weapon, the supposed moon laser.
That'd be right there.
Moonraker.
Yes.
Okay. So as you cast it,
Yep.
With the giant satellite with diamonds in it to redirect the sun's
nothing
energy into a
pings
deadly
as
laser.
magical from where you're standing and what you can see. But from around the corner
Yep.
comes two Durgar
Cool.
who make eye contact with you
Well, you fucked it.
and start to call out,
Yep.
pulling their weapons.
Okay.
You fucked it.
So now the whole day we were supposed to be doing recon, everybody's on high alert.
Yep.
And Vorks did everything he could. Next time, I'm just gonna run at the wall. Every time I try to do anything other than
Because the
face
druid
check
thought
it.
he would get clever, and
We're in the shape anyway. Okay. I cast darkness and fill the room with darkness.
Okay.
And then I go to the window and I reshape back into a spider and scurry away.
That tracks.
Okay.
That works.
You still hear them calling out as you, and the cries of kind of warning
War.
turn into cries of alarm.
Another thing.
Can we hear this from outside at all?
No, because you're all the way on
Really?
the other side.
we're like an hour's travel worth away from this place.
I can.
Probably it's like that one. Kill him with that.
What was the radius of darkness?
I think it's 20 feet.
20
20?
feet?
I think it's 20 by 20. Or
Okay.
double check.
20 or 30, one of those two.
Okay, that works.
15-foot radius, so 30.
Okay,
Yeah, 15-foot radius.
Alright.
It is a sphere,
Yeah.
specifically.
So
Okay.
it goes up 15 feet.
that's enough. You get to the window, you beef shape, and you start to scurry down.
Yep.
As you do, you hear commotion throughout the fortress.
As they sound the giant horns.
It's not so much like that, but it is. You do get the sense, not that you can hear too well as you get further and further away from the only windows, but you do hear sounds of movement and assume people are coming to check out what the fuck is happening. But you manage to get down the side of the building. At this point, you can no longer hear anything, and you can keep making your way back to the group.
Yep.
Another hour goes by before a wolf spider comes up to your guys' presence in the camps.
I assume you mentioned that you were doing this before you left.
What?
Leaving the camp?
Yeah,
Yeah, Tavern, I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay.
But before he gets
Like,
back,
you saw
was
me
there
become a-
anything
you
else you
saw me
guys
become
wanted
a
to
spider.
do while he was gone?
Probably just hanging
Okay.
out, chilling.
I
Tyler ourselves.
didn't think so, but
Yeah.
go ahead and make me a perception check if you were
Yeah.
kind of keeping.
Not really active.
You're on high alert,
I'm always-
but not actively looking around.
I'm always looking around.
Okay.
I'll 8. Not relaxing, but like if he comes back like
13.
like okay. Ready to
Okay. You don't see anything amiss. You get no signs of anything that's transpiring across the way. You don't see any signs of movement or anything over there either.
I have no idea right here.
And you're not caught off guard when a wolf spider comes back into your vicinity. There's enough area around you. It's not like he's just like popping up over a wall and like, here I am. So he makes it back to camp. It's been about 3 hours from when he left. So it would be about like 4 o'clock.
Hey, Voldemort.
Yeah.
So how did it go?
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Why is there bad news?
The bad news first.
Always the bad news first.
All right. two of them saw me for like a hot second.
Damn it!
Vorks
Wait.
grabs his axe and actually pulls it out and briefly considers killing on the spot.
Why is this a bad thing? They would have just seen a wolf spider, right?
Vorks
They may have
listens-
seen a spider, and they then may have seen me, and then they may have seen another spider. Because there was a brief transition where I had to revert back for a sec, and then revert back to get out of where we were.
They know we're here.
I just look over
But-
at
Do they
Domino
know
like, should I
the
kill him?
I don't know how
Yes!
good. I don't know how good a look they got at me. It was dark, and then I made the room darker, and then I was out of there. So, but there was a brief sec where it was one of those like, and then like we went away.
Would
They
you
know we're
say
here.
you made eye contact with either one of you?
We don't know
Yes.
if they're expecting
Okay.
us in particular.
Well,
Well,
that's not the. I guess the.
Who
important
cares if
part
they
is-
if they're looking if they're expecting explicitly us? They're expecting
Well,
somebody now.
But
Well, what I'm saying is maybe they're just like, oh, we had an intruder, not there are intruders outside.
How often does a single person try to saunter up to a gargantuan stronghold in the middle of a mountain?
For
You
once,
know?
I'm going to agree with both. Twice
this is
in
very
one
true.
day.
However, good news
Probably
is
half the
what's the
people
good
in
news?
any prison.
good news is the fortress is not really that well guarded, which is why I was able to get in and they were able to see me.
Before the alarm.
Well, they could have more. Yes, this is true. There are basically three entrances. The front door that we see from here, which doesn't. I don't know how strong that door is per se, but that's a normal sized door.
You could probably break through it.
If we skirt that and go around the other side, like the next side over to the right of that, I think, or the left, I guess, sorry,
right.
backwards. Oh no, I was right. There's like a hill that we could get up at least on the plateau that avoids that door, and then there are windows about 100 feet up that are open. They're just openings that we could get into, but they're 100 feet up.
You have to climb up to them.
And that's where they saw me. In that room is a giant gear mechanism for the backside that we can't see, which leads to giant, like a quarter of the fortress-sized doors that open up to nothing.
So that's where the weapon comes out.
Right, but it's fucking huge, so the weapon is massive,
That's
and
not ideal.
it opens up to nothing.
You did.
So it probably either can A, climb like I could, or B, fly, or C, shoot whatever is in that direction, and I was too panicked to look in that direction. Was there anything important in that direction?
You didn't happen to see the weapon.
I tried. The doors are completely frozen of solid ice. With magical, I don't know if they're magical hinges, but they're ice hinges and ice doors.
Okay.
AKA, fuck you from looking at it doors.
Yes. The gear room seemed
They
to be
want to
all
keep it a
mechanical
secret.
though, and some type of automated thing. There was no magic in the room. It seems to be all physical gears and gizmos.
Okay.
So I don't know how. I'm assuming the weapon is also of a similar situation. I don't know. It was weird. It was all like it wasn't. It didn't seem like it was a magical weapon. Maybe. Who knows?
Well, does this change our plans at all? Do you think they rose an alarm and the fortress is going
They definitely rose some suspicion. Well, it wasn't like a natural it wasn't like a natural.
Specify
Well, it
what
wasn't
you
like
mean.
it wasn't. They didn't like. The fortress doesn't have any there's not really like a way to patrol it. Like the roof is flat. It's just it's really like a cube. So there was like a kerfuffle inside, but I scurried away, so I didn't really hear giant horns or anything. At least I.
Were they shouting when you were running away?
Well, I mean, the two guys inside shouted that they saw me.
So they know.
Yeah, but in
And
terms of
everybody
like how
inside
much,
knows.
my point is I didn't see how much responded to that alert. I guess because I just got out of there.
Right. We do not know how many people are in there.
There are at least two guys in that room. I'm assuming it'll at least be 4, maybe 6, after we return.
You're making assumptions again.
I am 100%.
Well, I think the real question.
What thesis?
None whatsoever. That's just what I'm going with.
4 or 6
Yeah.
for sure only.
At least. Bare minimum, not that many. Thank you.
At least if you're saving grace.
Yeah, at
That's
least.
like you're definitely correct that
Yeah.
there will at least,
There's
be
at least be
more than 2.
double, maybe triple the guards.
There will at least be no more than 6.
But the room, one fireball, we nuke everybody in the room. I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, so the point is we've lost the element of surprise. They're going to be on high alert
Yes.
probably for a few days now.
But
they know that there's
We
somebody
can use
cruising
this.
around.
We can use me as a distraction then. Because they'll be looking for me.
No, because the whole purpose of this entire day was to get people ninjas inside while they weren't on guard. We might as well scrap recon day and just immediately go window.
Basically.
Because there's no more point.
So we're back to tunnel day.
Yeah.
Well, so then there's another problem. Is I could probably get ropes up to the window, but scaling that is not going to be. So it's. I don't know how strong that front gate is. They can't see us from that side unless someone is actively outside, in which case we would see them outside. Well, maybe we wouldn't see them outside. Those
I
bitches
guess
are
we can
invisible.
assume that they would be.
There
looking
could be
out.
invisible assholes outside, but there's no windows from the fortress, at least, on that side.
I've got a delightfully stupid idea that's so bad it might work.
Why is it always dumb ideas?
Normally, I wouldn't recommend this, but it's so bad it might work.
Avalanche.
No.
Daddy,
How-
front gate.
How about, Kai,
Yep.
tomorrow morning,
Yep.
you just go knock on the door.
Yep.
No,
No,
seriously.
I'm here for it.
We
Let's
have
go.
a
Yep.
we have a diplomatic party led by Kai as a representative of one of the 10 towns
Mm-hmm.
here to parlay, investigate with the dwarves
No, totally.
after the guy's sons was uncovered doing activities and they sent a diplomatic representative. Domino, you go with Kai. You're a good speaker. You're a good speaker as well. You go with Kai.
Yep.
Well, the rest of us, Operation Subterfuge,
Yep.
go in through the window.
Yep. So I'm
hate this
fully
idea.
aware that.
Well, I mean, it might honestly, he might be.
Fight the party!
Like I said,
might-
it is a delightfully bad idea,
No, but he
but it
might,
might
do
actually
something
work.
Because if they're looking for something, giving them something to look at means that we might actually go back to some normal level of the three people trying to see.
Either that, or they just attack us, and then we're
so,
in two
so here's the
groups.
thing: is A, if I give myself up, they will either A, try to kill me on sight, which possibility.
If we're just
B,
walking up,
I'm 100% if I'm not killed, captured immediately, because I highly doubt that they're just gonna. I mean, I did make their room super dark, and then bamf out of there. So they're probably like, "What the fuck were you doing?" And I'm gonna have to deal with torture, dismemberment, and the whole deal. But
That is a Debbie Downer.
Yep. However, I'm not opposed to being the bait.
This is just working out so well.
I can be bait. I don't care if I'm bait.
How about we don't?
The problem is getting inside is going to be hard. It's either windows or two door. The one I doubt we're getting in the main door unless we burn a lot of shit, and I don't even know if it'll work.
Daddy.
I was like, so we can do the whole knock knock. They open the door. Who is it? And then we just like bum rush them, which isn't going to work. But we could try, and then or we can try the windows, but.
At this point,
I fully admit they're going to be guarding the windows, so problem.
At this point, I feel like our best bet would be to fight our way through.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of figuring out how we
Bork's
get
like
in.
falls over. Bork's literally like has a.
We've lost all of our other.
Bork's
other
takes
options
5
and
damage of
advantages.
telepathic damage. And just
Finish
like
the fight in a day. If we just launch it right away, deal as much damage as you can, and still retreat. It's not like they're going to be able to revive dead people,
you're right.
unless that's what the weapon does.
When they come out to chase us, then we
spellcasters of
avalanche them.
significant skill and talent that are capable of reviving the dead.
Also possible,
We'll make sure to kill that one first.
He could do
obviously.
It takes a while to do, though.
it. Also
I
has
knew I should have
costs.
brought cultists with me.
I think I
for
really
this.
need some diamonds. Don't die until I have diamonds.
Make no promises.
I
knew it.
literally could go down in one hit and then die in a second hit.
Does anyone have a
That's
way
all.
to get messages back to the 10 towns?
Don't die until I have diamonds.
It's not gonna work. I need bodies.
Let's mark on the map where this is.
That's another thing.
Okay, there's another. There is
Yeah,
another
that's
option.
another thing.
There is another option. Why don't we just leave? Go back to the 10 towns. Go
And
back.
potentially be in the blast radius.
Go back to the 10 towns. Rouse the cult army. And
It's
wait,
only
and
been-
wait for whatever
it's-
the attack is.
It's only been 8 days. We get like 14
Someone,
at the most.
whoever has the map, pull out the map. Kai, where was the big door? Which way is it facing?
It's facing
the
that
big
way.
door faces out onto a drop off. Like it.
Right,
Yes.
but I mean, in terms of the map,
Oh.
It would look
direction?
towards the 10 towns,
if
yeah?
we have a
Probably
big
north,
moon
yeah.
laser,
Yeah, it would be towards the 10 towns, correct?
Then no, we're not going back.
Right.
There's no.
Yeah.
No.
No,
is
this
on
is
that
not
side.
a bad idea. They're gonna have
No,
the
and
weapon
as
ready.
this slowly dawns on
Windows.
Vorks just gets out and walks out of the tent and starts walking to the fortress.
So this is
Gotta sleep.
We still
North,
need to sleep first.
south,
Oh, that's right.
east,
Stepped out on
west.
Yeah.
Yes, so the door is in perfect view of blowing up everything below.
Hey, maybe we tell him, hey, if you angle that slightly to the left, we can just wipe East Haven out altogether. We just get rid of that fucking town. Just get rid of that whole town.
Remember that son that you don't like? He's in East Haven. Just
You know, we
a
could
little
just-
bit that way.
Wait, can we drive the?
The speaker of
that
East
raid?
Haven, though, is a bro.
idea
So I
what it
feel
is.
kind of bad about that. But
Dude, there, we end that demon's.
maybe he
we
becomes
snoop it for more of
maybe
it.
he becomes the speaker of good mead who needs a speaker, and then we just wipe East Haven off the map. But
You're making a lot of assumptions. This may not be a giant death ray. It could be.
All right, come on, man.
Something-
How? Let's be real. Amber has teed this up. If it is not a giant death ray, it is a giant death hanger.
Yeah.
It opens up and something flies out of
What
it.
if it's a Zeppelin?
It's gonna
Real
be like
question.
What's a
a
Zeppelin?
dragon.
what if they have their
shit.
own? What if they have their own
Oh
Illithid ship? They could have a
No.
dragon.
It's the fucking Charlatan dragon.
Well, yes.
Oh.
but I
Metagaming,
was-
yes.
Yeah, we were. I could have.
It's just my realization.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh man.
Like no, it's a.
I've been trying to skirt the crap out of this for like so long. I
I
was
was
like,
just
all
gonna
right.
ask you guys, it's like, who? Raise your hand if you know what's happening right now.
Yeah, no, it's a fucking dragon. Spoiler alert! It's that fat piece of fuck on the mantle over there.
And this is why we need
Yeah.
this is why we need to stop it before they complete it.
Yeah.
Because
All
right,
then we
new
will literally
plan.
be dead.
We were
Yeah.
so close to getting there without you guys
I was-
knowing what
I
was,
was-
happening.
I was-
so close.
We were trying. I was
Great.
trying
You-
so
you
hard
did
not
great.
to reveal it.
You did
I was
great.
like,
We were this close to four of you being like shitting your pants.
Sorry.
It wasn't you.
Alex's epiphany was like, oh shit! It was alright. It was like, oh god.
But then nobody really heard it. And then it was called out.
And then I was trying to be like, yes, they could have a dragon, and I turned to Bull to like convince him that like maybe you could get in with the dragon. Then you said Charlatan dragon, and then that was
Because we know they're collecting Charlatan.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So wait, we can't kill a dragon.
we don't
We don't know.
We cannot kill that.
You don't know.
Amber.
No, I know
one
we
level
cannot kill
ago.
that. I don't
One
care how
level ago.
fucking optimistic you are.
Guys, one level ago, a disinterested dragon tail flicked us and almost killed 3 people.
Yes.
Real.
Actually, that's not a bad
Disinterested
point.
dragon.
What if we? You
It's
like,
also
you went
not
for like a
finished
joyride with her, right? We're pretty dominant
All
with
I'm
her,
saying
like
is
friends.
that was impossible there.
No, what if we call her up
We
and
have
like,
a
hey,
window of opportunity.
challenger,
We
come
have
over
one
here and
not
fuck this
ready.
bitch up, and then
yes.
our dragon
No,
wins.
like literally
But the
that is our
dragon's not
timer.
complete.
Because when that's
we
done,
have 2
then we're
days.
done.
We have 2
We
days
can
in
make it
order
not
to
complete.
If we actually have to fight a full Charlatan dragon that's ready to go, we will lose.
So we have
It'll
then
be
we have
good.
1 day
Yes.
now, essentially.
No, don't fucking.
So
don't
there,
fucking
there's
play
no
these
more
games.
stealth. We
Don't
just gotta
fucking play
kill
these
our way to
stupid
the
games.
dragon.
We will all
the
be dead.
pile of charcoal that is the dragon.
There is another, since we're throwing out really stupid ideas.
No.
I like playing diplomacy myself.
No.
1 to 2 to 3 of us, maybe at most, could stay here and just fuck around and just delay them while you go get your army.
It will take more than it will take.
It'll take 2 weeks.
I was about
at
to say
least.
they're spread out everywhere,
And by that time, they'll have a Charlatan
there was
dragon
8.
that's fucking
There was-
nuking us from the sky.
But if we do our jobs right and sabotage them appropriately, they won't have it in a day. They'll have it in maybe.
How
in
about
a
we
month.
come up with some constructive ideas instead of these not helpful ones?
Destruction is the name of the game.
It is pushing into the evening now. If you want to go to sleep to get up at 3 a.m., you're cutting it close now.
Is there? You're
So
really
you
good
can
with fire.
stay up and keep talking.
You're really good with fire.
Yes, those doors were hella thick.
Those doors were hella icy.
They are, but they were very thick.
Could you? Is there any way you could melt the doors together so they wouldn't open?
It would take way
Remember
too
how much
long. By
energy
that
it
time,
took
you
us
know
to try
that
to
we
melt
were
the
there.
dragon's treasure
Our
by?
windows,
But
the
we're not
windows are
trying
only
to melt
chains.
it. We're just trying to weaken it so it refreezes into one solid object instead of
And
a
you-
door that can open.
Okay, but metagaming, and we all now realize that we
No.
have a day to stop them doing something, whatever they want.
Yep.
They are now on high alert.
Yep.
We have 0 time now to get anything else. There is literally going in through the windows and killing our way to this pile of Chardolin before it becomes a dragon is now the only option.
Yes.
Also possible
Oh,
because
Christ.
because I set them off and they are on high alert. They could be working tirelessly through the night right now to shave time off of that and build their dragon a day sooner. So we may have a fully finished dragon tomorrow, but they'll be tired.
Always looking on the other side.
There's options there.
Your optimism is incredibly unhelpful.
That was wonderful.
Why worry? It only makes you suffer twice.
I'm suffering right now.
Well, that's a personal problem.
I recommend a good doctor.
So we're going to bed, and
I thought
guess
about
tomorrow
killing them, but then that
we're
would have really been on high alert. So
That actually may have prevented the alert if you could have done it fast enough.
yeah, I'm not. If I had
If
like
you
one
had
or
taken
two,
your like spider things and just tossed them out the window so they tumble down the cliff,
that'd be
and
cool.
die,
Turns out this spider, I had a great plan. I was gonna build a web, and it was gonna be great. Turns out this stupid ass spider, good at many things. Web building, not one of them.
Pick up a spider next time.
I need to be a little stronger, and then I can be a better spider.
Volk's gonna help you work out. We'll get stronger.
We gotta go
Anyways,
sleep.
we're going to bed.
We're starting our light activities of our
The
long
hut
rest.
is going up.
Okay.
Yep.
What's up?
And in the morning, Vorks is just going to get up with some rope and march to the sea.
Which, speaking of which,
Exactly.
it's 100 feet up, so we're gonna need to start tying these bitches together.
Okay, well, Vorks stays up an extra hour preparing all the rope he has, all 60 feet of it for
Wait,
help.
doesn't one of us have a grappling hook?
I have another 50 feet of rope.
I know we have more rope, but I could swear one of our dumbasses bought a grappling hook.
I don't know.
Fuck. I might have it now. I have to check my
So you're all going to bed?
Yes.
Yes. The badgers and the elk stand watch.
100 feet is a long way to climb.
It is.
We have,
It
like,
is.
there's where we now have zero. we
Make a perception check for the animals, please.
I will do the same thing when I'm done my trance, so keep it. Actually, a good watch this time because they might be sending me out patrols in the middle of the night.
Alright, so you got a.
Go fucking figure.
Dark
Jesus.
vision 120 feet.
120 feet.
Jesus fuck balls. You suck. Come on. There we go. Alright. The badgers don't see shit. The elk at a 19. No, sorry, the elk at a 20. Not natural.
Okay.
Maybe it would be good if we got them to come out to us.
Also possible.
It'd be really great is if we got in like a room with a choke point and we kept Vorks in the choke point, and
Which we could probably do on the switchbacks at the door. Assuming they open the door. Assuming we break through the door.
I still like the idea of you two trying to melt the big
You're
wall.
sleeping. The animals do not wake you up.
The giant elk
you
didn't see
wake
that?
up
Alright.
Yep.
around midnight-ish. You guys did take a little longer, but as you set up for your kind of watch, it is very dark up here. There's no lights. You can't really see the fortress from this far away. Even like your dark vision is farther than that. But you can definitely keep an eye out for like your surrounding area.
Yeah,
so go ahead
that's-
and make a perception check.
All I really care about is the area surrounding the dome.
Right.
Use the purple die. Haven't used the purple die yet. That's not good. That's a 6.
You don't see anything.
Alright.
You kind of stick next to Alexander, who is looking like he's on active watch. Right.
Yeah.
But you don't see anything else that stands out to you. Nothing catches your eye, usual or unusual.
Fair enough.
It's very silent, which is relaxing. Most of this trip has been near the river, which was rather. Which was on the noisier side, but up here on this top of a hill,
Yeah.
there's just
It's nothing.
silence and darkness.
And sadness.
The rest of you come to about 4 a.m. A little later than you wanted, but between the talking and the prepping the ropes and everything, it's still 4 hours before, 5 hours before dawn,
Yeah.
or daybreak, I mean. So, it's definitely still very dark.
Okay, so
You guys make your way
I want
towards.
that.
Yeah, make our way
I don't want
towards the fortress.
Yeah, I guess we're making our way towards the fortress.
Okay.
Stealthily.
If you're going stealthily, I need everyone to make a perception or
Probably want to make one of those too.
a stealth check.
20 dirty.
Holy shit, natural 20.
I would
24.
100% cast Pass without trace.
Okay.
Natural 20
Yes.
for
Nice.
30.
24.
23.
Plus
34.
Plus 10 is 34.
33.
30.
Damn.
21.
Come on, man.
23.
It's still good enough. But
Are you pulling? You're not pulling animals this morning, right?
I would. I mean, they can't hurt.
I mean,
Maybe
Stealth
wait until we're
they
inside.
can't climb the cliffs.
Maybe wait and pull them.
Yeah, I can pull. I don't have to pull them right now.
Yeah.
I just
Say,
yeah.
you're not pulling them as we're waking.
No. Yeah, no. Sorry. Yeah.
Keep that.
I was about to say yeah. No. I definitely.
Keep that trick in the bag.
Pull your weasel in the fortress.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, it's like yeah. Chase that bitch down the hallway. Have fun. Like,
Spice weasel. Bam.
And pocket badger.
pull out your weasel.
All right, you guys make your way across.
weasel out.
It takes a
everybody's
little longer than it took you as the spider, Kai.
yeah.
Just between the.
Slower moving speed and not being able to climb quite as well.
Well, this isn't even to the climbing part. This is just to get to the base. You all collectively have a slower walking speed, and moving at a stealthier pace slows you down a bit. So it takes you about an hour and a half to get to the base. What's the plan from here?
That is a good question.
Are you walking up the switchback?
Yeah.
Stealthily or not.
So we're just going right into the door.
No, we're gonna climb around. She said you could.
Yeah. That's what I was asking. We're going to the door or the window.
Yeah, and then we're going to the windows.
Sorry.
Yeah, you
That threw me off.
can
We're good. Yep.
start on the switchback.
Yep.
Let me know when we start climbing because I got to tie off bowl and domino. My athletics is better than theirs.
So Amber,
I like.
Cling on.
Make
little monkey.
the helmet telepathy
Acrobatics.
says that while you're wearing this helmet, you can use an
Well,
action to
acrobat-
cast
you don't
detect
use
thoughts,
acrobatics for climbing,
and
though.
as
Well,
long as you
well,
can
then, yeah,
as long as you
for, like,
maintain concentration on the
nimbly
spell,
dodging and,
then you can use your
contorting and-
telepathy as
So
a
you
bonus
just
action for as
hang
long as
on
you
like
maintain.
fancy
little
flips and things
It
like that.
doesn't
Yeah.
say that part is a limited use. There is a limited use portion to the helm, but it's for the second part, where it's when you're concentrating on detect thoughts, you can also cast suggestion from the helm. That can only be used once per dawn. But the first part of actually casting detect thoughts doesn't say that it has a limited number of times you can do it.
Okay.
So once we get to the base, I am going to continuously keep detect thoughts up. So 30 feet around, if there's anyone within that radius thinking, visible or not, I can hear their surface thoughts.
Okay. Good idea.
Yeah.
Forks, he's just here.
Which
But then you would have
2 feet of rock, 2 inches of metal, or a thin sheet of lead. That's what blocks the detect thoughts.
2
2
feet.
feet of rock,
Block it.
2 inches of any metal,
Unless ice is on the
or a thin sheet of lead.
Are you at the office this week?
So for 30 feet,
Last
I
week, no?
can detect the presence of any
Last
thinking
week, no?
creatures I can't
Right.
see.
You missed the snow. You lucky bastard.
And I'm just going to keep that up continuously.
Okay. You guys start making your way up these switchbacks. It is single file going up. Can I get a marching order from
Orcs
you
will
guys?
take the front of it.
I'm in the middle.
That way you guys can at least get down.
Which one of you two has the better strength?
Strength, probably me. Dex, probably him.
Got 12 strength. 16.
Let me rephrase my question. Which one of you is more confident in your ability to catch a falling companion?
If you count them as a projectile.
They are not projectiles.
Those two.
I am not a projectile.
Someone at the back who's got like quick reflexes and good strength to catch someone who like slips and falls by any like accident would be a solid idea.
This is you.
And it's not going to be either of any of us three. Okay.
Where are you? We're people. There's only established part of the marching order.
So Vork's first.
It's single file.
If we tie them off.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know where
need
these
to-
people are going.
That's,
I'll
oh,
be-
well,
If we
Also, where's your
first of
thing?
all,
oh, it's in that.
one of those is Shoxana, and she is not part of that party.
Yes.
The one
I'm
with the
not-
purple hair.
Yes.
No.
That one.
Oh,
Yeah,
this one?
that one.
Oh,
That
why
one's
is it
back.
sitting on the table?
Because we played Cthulhu and I used
Oh.
her. Sorry.
You want this one for me?
Okay. So where are you guys going?
I'll
And
be
Apparently I'm somewhere in the back to catch little falling things.
in case like someone falls. I'll be in the middle somewhere. I don't care. I'll be right in front of Soren. I'll be second to last.
By default, that puts you there.
Okay. Yeah, Kai's the guide. Vork's
Pointing.
point.
Okay.
One chance.
He probably would work for us. Makes no sense.
You guys are walking up the switchbacks.
Mhm.
It is pretty steep. These stairs are not the smoothest. Kind of rough-hewn steps. That are snowy and a bit slick here and there as you're going, so it takes a bit of time. As you get to what you think roughly the halfway point of the stairs, you hear a loud grinding noise.
Uh-oh.
I've got angle grinders.
Just doors running around with ankle grinders.
Is this dragon done?
And this the grinding just echoes in the space until you hear a loud like thunk as something kind of settles into place.
Mecha Godzilla.
Well, we're fucked now.
With my
And
passive perception of 17, did it sound like that came from the opposite side of the fortress?
it's rather hard to pinpoint the direction of the sound given the echoing
Echoes in the mountains.
situation, but it definitely sounded like grinding gears and shifting heavy objects.
Like the room I was in, the gears.
That,
Yep.
that doesn't sound good. I don't like that.
As you guys
That probably means there's people in the windows, by the way.
pause and look up at this fortress that's in front
Doesn't
of you,
matter.
trying to figure out what is happening. From around the backside of the fortress, off to your left,
Fuck.
you see a huge dragon
Yep.
made of what looks like dark ice. Its eyes glow with a bright golden light as it lets out a terrible roar and hurls itself through the air, gliding away from the fortress, and turns in the direction of 10 tons.
Yep.
Well,
Alright.
How did we miss this?
Well, too late.
damn it, Kai.
We fucked around and this is what we got.
Fuck around that much. They just worked through the night to finish their dragon. I'm totally
I brought that up. I said that was a thing that could happen. I love this mini so much.
I wouldn't call it a mini.
So my
but
player assumption, knowing that we had this mini, was that the Shardlin being found were essentially like its poop or its scales or something. People using that to build these weapons and whatnot. Not that they were being used to build a dragon.
No.
Yeah, that is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
So they're all gonna die.
Maybe. Well, oh no. Orcs has an army there. It's fine.
They're literally.
An army of people who are very susceptible to breath weapons.
An army of the dead, if you will.
Now,
Hey, that's
just-
out of the fortress.
yeah, we just kill everybody.
Now we can just
and
kill.
either A,
I'm so glad we simplified it because now I'm just walking through the door. You guys can just keep up if you want. Let's
like-
just count dwarf dead.
well,
Yep.
well,
If there's
I'm
no one
assuming
to
it's
drive,
controlled somehow.
So hopefully that's
Hopefully.
inside.
and if it comes back to us, it's not burning the 10 towns. So let's just make as much noise as humanly possible.
So it's probably going to take out Dugan's hole first.
I mean, I would.
And then, unfortunately, Goodmead's probably second. Fuck. I'm kind of bummed about Goodmead.
Well, if it
but
goes
then,
to East Haven first, maybe it'll sit there for, like a hot second.
I'm thinking it's going to burn Dugan's hole and Goodmead on the way to East Haven. So East Haven's no big loss.
Okay.
Good meat is a problem.
Goodmead's a problem.
This is-
I'm going to be sad that Goodmead is gone.
Yeah, we can't.
I need a good angle of him.
From there, it's kind of like part of me thinks it's going to go north to Caer Dineval and Caer Koenig and try to meet up with the other dwarf guy.
Maybe.
Well, I guess
in which case, then the Colt's going to die, and that's no
I
big
guess
loss.
we'll
True.
fucking find that out eventually.
That's moot now. That point no longer
Like, there's
matters.
basically half the 10 towns that it can kill, and it's not that bad of a thing. We just needed to stay away from good meat and lonely wood.
So-
Really lonely wood.
Seeing as how we can't do anything about that,
Yeah.
there's much of a point of talking about it.
I mean, I could do something about it.
No,
you
you're
can't.
done. You're done.
No, you can't.
Your ideas.
All of your ideas are over.
suggestion
Both of
on
you
it.
shut up and just do what the rest of us say.
Yeah, your ideas are now like May and Tren and
Cast
navigating.
thaumaturgy to bring it back.
Yeah, I could be like, get back here, you little bitch.
I cast fireball.
Got your jacket.
Force
You
holds
look
tie in
cold.
place. Force head
Fortunately,
fireball.
fireball has a radius of around.
Yeah, we killed literally all of us.
That's
It's
true.
And if you focus on it, on Kai,
Yeah.
it would hit the rest of your party, including yourself.
Danger close.
I simply
worth
say
it.
I
Well,
could shout and have
I
it
could at
come
least
back.
move it around so that I only get 2 people.
If we care about the 10 towns,
We do. We do care.
I could make it attack us instead.
No,
And
because
it's
that's not
flying
a
away.
good solution.
Yeah, it's flying away. Okay, odd chance, random. Is there anyone riding it that we can see? That I can see?
Make
That's a good
perception
point.
check.
Yeah.
If he's not in the fortress,
I rolled a 4. So that's
There
a
it
2.
is.
There it is.
There it is.
It's pretty dark.
It's long. It's
It is
really far
like
away.
it is like
I
hella early in the morning.
rolled
Do I
a
see
9, so
anything?
My
not any
elvish
better.
eyes.
9.
Yeah, not any better.
You can roll.
It is dark.
Not any better. Nope.
Yeah.
No one?
All you can really see of this creature as it like
17.
turned
Like,
I know.
Okay.
is its eyes. And as it like turns away from you guys to head towards 10 towns, you kind of lose a lot of its form because it's now dark. You can sort of see the directions it's heading because it's got this glow in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can gauge which way it's heading, but
Has
you don't
headlights.
see you don't see anybody on
Directing,
this figure.
showing
And
where
as
the
it passes
path
by
of death
closer
and
to
destruction
you,
is headed.
you don't see anybody on it either.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, so let's mosey on our way
Yep.
to that fortress.
For the record, I think barging in the front door and openly challenging everyone to a killing fest is the second worst possible idea, second only to calling the dragon back and engaging it on the
We need to
cliffside.
just go through the
But we
window
don't
and
really
take
have a
them out.
choice. So
Nope, we
I'm
do.
gonna-
No,
We
the only reason we'd ever call the dragon back is if we wanted to try and save the 10 towns.
I'm going to feel
Yeah.
very
No.
sad if we come
We're
back
going-
to the Lonely Wood and that poor little drow is
Yes.
nothing but an ashen skeleton.
Yes.
That's why we gotta hustle our asses indoors.
Yes.
Stop talking about it. Let's do something.
I'm walking.
Yeah, this is the third
Walk
time in a row Vork's is
I'm
like,
walking as I'm talking.
Yeah, we're walking
So
and
you
talking.
start walking back up. You let the
Yeah.
dragon go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you start walking up
Yep.
the switchback. Okay.
I guess we do.
Are you trying for the front door, or are you trying to get
We
around?
got a pass is on the way. Was it unlocked?
Yeah, let's. I don't know. Let's find if there's a way we can
So-
get in. Let's figure it out.
The way this is set up, like you would hit a switchback that's over here, where you would leave to climb up to the edge,
Yeah.
or you would follow the last little bit up to the door.
How far is that over? Like different distance wise, like what's the split?
I mean, it's not far. You're pretty close, so
That's
maybe
pretty
20
good.
minutes up to the door on the steps. It's very dependent on how well you guys climb for that portion of it.
Yeah, so I think maybe we
So-
should try for the front door first because it's going to take a while and some challenge for us to then climb up to the plateau. So to me, it seems go for what is at least potentially the easier way in. Potentially.
Yeah.
Start with that, and if that doesn't work, then we try climbing back.
Is it
climbing
trapped?
through the windows.
Alright, so as you guys approach the door, you do see a 10-foot high double door of featureless stone with an arrow slit facing outwards
Like above the door or in the door?
in the door.
Okay.
Oh,
Is it trapped?
can I see? I can see through it though, right? Like inside.
If you could get to that level,
How high is it?
10 feet.
Maybe.
Can
I? If someone gives me like a boost, I can like.
Stand on Vork's shoulders.
Yeah. Can I like?
Do it.
I'm using Vorks as like a stand. It's my frame. Can I peek inside real quick? Quick, yeah. I mean, I might get shot straight in the face. I mean, it's
Just falls off dead.
yeah, there's a dude just standing there ready and waiting. Oh, hello, Junk.
they have their own little gnome sitting on like a little platform on top of the door, just like waiting. Like,
Yeah, just with a crossbow.
yeah. It's like,
There's gotta be a gnome. Come on.
They feed him once a day. I'm angry.
God damn, Charlotte.
Before looking through the slot, you just hear 12, 12, 12.
The best thing we can do
looks
is
through
just
the
try to
slot,
capture
get
the
shot in the
leader
face.
and call they
Now
drag
here,
him back.
13.
What the fuck are you saying? Okay, so you guys go up to the door,
Yep.
and then Kai climbs up onto Vork's shoulders,
yeah. It's
Which-
like a stand.
which is a little bit difficult as you're trying not to like push off any of the skulls attached to his body.
Even if he did the whole like cupped his hand and he just like
Yeah.
held me up, like
I mean, it's not like a big impediment. It's just you are conscious of all these heads hanging off of
Impediment?
him.
yes.
I think you can say
Sure.
it impediment. Can you? Yeah, I think so. Because you're impeded.
Anyways,
Wow.
it doesn't trouble you too much.
Indeed, you.
As you hoist yourself up to this slit, it is just an arrow slit, so it's
Yep.
not as big as the windows on the
They're really
side.
Yep.
Make a perception check as you look through.
So, actually, if we're lucky and there's nobody right in
15.
there,
Okay.
one of us could climb on your guys' back and then Misty step our way inside.
I can save you a spell slot if it works.
Oh yeah, because of your
That was nice.
fireman. That would be better because then we could get multiple people inside.
So as you kind of like peer through this slit, you do see that there is kind of like a ledge thing just outside of the slit where you would assume somebody would be posted to actually shoot through.
Yep.
And beyond that, you can make out, like right behind the doors, is a lowered iron portcullis. Into this area, this room, you see it's about like 15 feet deep and 25 feet wide. And in one corner of the room, you see what looks like a lever mechanism that you can reasonably assume controls the door, and there's a winch next to it that
That's true.
probably
I was thinking
controls
about
the
mage hand.
portcullis.
So,
Does it look like it controls the door or the retractable portcullis? Sorry.
So you've got a
One
winch
for both.
and a lever.
Gotcha.
One for both.
Yeah, we can give that a go.
Yeah,
mage
just
hand
mage
too?
hand.
Just open the door.
can you pop me up?
Yeah, I just like hoist and then
I'm
like
gonna
get
mage
out the way.
hand try to open the door. Try to get my mage hand in there. I think it can open. Yeah.
It's with 10 pounds of force, it can do things.
Now that we're up here by the door, no presences on detect thoughts or anything.
Okay. Scratch that. The room is only like 10 by 10. I was looking at the wrong one. Everything else is the same. It still has the winch and the lever, but it's much smaller.
Who's making that?
As Kai's kind of looking through
They're
and
both
kind of whispering back, May, you would pick up the surface thoughts of something nearby.
What do I pick up? Like anything? Is it just like I don't know, mindless? Is like the person?
Happy launch day, everyone. We did it.
Happy launch day, or are they like fucking guard duty, or are they like, man, I really wish my sister wasn't banging my best friends last night. You know, I don't know. Like, what am I picking up?
I'm gonna make it weird, dude.
It's basically like,
Kink shame the Georgia.
I wonder what this group will do.
What group?
Fuck me!
Us.
Fuck me!
Yes.
So.
Do you get like a ping of like a direction?
Yeah,
Like how close
do
is
I-
that
do I
my
get a
party?
general?
And did I see him?
They're
I didn't see
actively
him.
watching
You
us.
don't see
Okay.
it. Would you get a location from the thoughts?
I
I don't know.
They're actively
Especially
watching us.
because it's not.
Well,
It wouldn't be
or at
something
least they know
that you
we're-
can see because you're down on the ground, and the only real reason you're getting it is because there's an arrow slit.
Yeah, I imagine it would have to work like hot, cold. Like, I can hear it, I can't hear it. I can hear it, I can't hear it.
Alright, which means this
But it's
motherfucker
a
is
30.
this motherfucker is
radius.
probably sitting on
And I'm like-
this thing with an arrow pointed straight at my
When you
face right now.
When you,
Yeah, that's what I okay, there we go. That's what alright. That's fine, no, that's fine. Whatever.
Not necessarily.
I'm gonna get shot in the face. No, it's fine. I'm about to get shot in the fucking face.
I'm going to get shot in the face
No.
because my ass is there now.
That would have happened before we let you put, like, I put you in harm's way. Like, the second thoughts is always up, right? Like, we
Yeah.
know that
He's
there's
been
a thing.
keeping it up. So
Yeah,
this
I've been
was
keeping
as
it up.
Kai was relaying the
Yeah.
information of like, oh,
Alright.
there's a lever and a winch, but I don't see anybody, and I'm
Okay.
just like, oh, I could mage hand this, and May's like, I hear somebody.
well, hold on for a quick. Okay. Well,
Yeah, you can use the spell to detect the presence of
Yeah.
thinking creatures you can't see.
yeah.
You can search for thousand areas, spell, transparent, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. So, two things. First thing is telepathically to Kai. I'm going to tell him someone knows we're here.
Cool.
And then, as part of the helm of telepathy, since I'm using the spell, as long as I'm going to use my bonus action to focus on the creature whose thoughts I detected, and telepathically message them and says, that depends on the reception we get.
Always gotta be sassy about this shit, don't you?
We're gonna end right there,
I have a plan.
and we will pick this up next time.
I have a plan.